welcome back to SDS Sunday. Guys, it's been a good weekend. It's been a great weekend. We're starting off with Premier League Roundup, as you guys can see, and it is a good one this time. Next to me, we've got Mr. Star Player. Welcome back.
I'm smiling this week.
We're smiling.
Happy.
Well, we're smiling all season, fair, most weeks.
Yeah. Besides one, but especially today.
7 out of 8 weeks we've been smiling so far this season.
Say that.
But opposite me, we have two people that haven't got smiles on their face at the moment. We've got two United fans, because that's how bad their game was. We need both to join their powers to discuss. We've got the return of Lee, but it's not been in a while.
I've been on for a while still, man. I'm a bit rusty, but it feels nice to be back.
And we've got the return of Lias. Has been away for a few
weeks. Go!
Listen, man, I wish I was in better circumstances right now. Yeah. Honestly,
they did it on purpose, though, bro.
It's a setup. I knew they were gonna call it too.
Yeah. Why did they do this the week that we beat them?
The minute the 6th one went in, I knew I was expecting a call, bro.
So that's what they do, man.
Listen, I really wanted to start on the North London derby.
It's not the right game to start.
Honestly, let's start that. We'll talk about Everton.
Should we start on good vibes and then go?
I like it going from I want to hear their pain now, though.
Yeah, early. Yeah. All right, so we'll talk about the Manchester derby, right? City versus United at Etihad. You guys usually have a good record there.
Very good record.
Usually, right?
Yeah, more.
But now they have a man called Erling Haaland. I had him as my captain.
I just got vile PTSD right there.
I wish I had him as triple captain this week.
Oh yeah.
Did you captain him?
I captained him, of course.
Yeah, that's normal, isn't it?
I did triple captain.
First few weeks I was trying to be cheeky, bro. I was captaining Kane, Salah here and there. It took me 5 weeks. I was like,
at least you didn't captain Ronaldo.
Yeah, that's what Faisal does. All right, so let's talk about the game.
Yes, sir.
4-0 after how long?
I don't know.
40 minutes.
Maybe
40 minutes.
Before half time.
Come on, talking about that game. Could you guys even be sad? Like, you're not sad. I remember you said it's City.
I'm not sad. Like
accepting.
Yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Yeah. Like, we lost 4-0 to Brentford. We only lost by 3 this game. This is nothing, honestly.
You can't say.
You're right.
This wasn't a 3-goal deficit kind of game.
Hey, bro, the score don't lie, bro. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
He's not lying. But I think, you know what it is? I'm not upset. Like, I'm not devastated. Like, we already know the levels between us and City. There's a big gap. It's a big gap, and of course we wanted. I didn't expect us to win, but I thought, okay, you know what, we could put in at least in a performance and have a bit of a more respectable sort of result. Even if it was like maybe a 2-1, I can hold that. But like when it was at 6-1 at one point, I was like, yeah, this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
like, and that's what it is. It's just the embarrassment, isn't it?
It felt like the goals were too easy. Some of them.
They were too easy, but I don't know. Was it too easy or were they just too good?
That's my question for you.
Right? When it's so good, you make things look easy.
That's the question I have. Was that performance more on City being outstanding, or was it more on United just being absolutely atrocious? I think it's more the second, to be honest with you.
I think a bit of both.
I look at some of the goals, and I think of 2 in particular. The first one that I'm thinking of is Haaland's second, where it's like everyone's talking about that brilliant De Bruyne ball. It was brilliant, right? I keep saying that De Bruyne pass is the most efficient chance in the game.
So good.
Because, bro, the way he hits it that hard, the efficiency,
the weight on it as well,
and where he positions it. The goalkeeper can't come out because it's in no man's land. The defender can't stick out a leg because it's an own goal.
It's not area of uncertainty.
But, bro, you look at how much space United gave De Bruyne, who is probably the best creator on the planet right now, to basically trap the ball, look up, take his time, play a perfect ball, goal.
Yeah,
how can you give a player like that much time? There was another one. I think it's either the first or the second. The amount of space and time United is giving City players is criminal. So
and they had the early signs. The early warning signs were there
Well,
when
the
De
first
Gea
5
cleared it. When De Gea cleared off the line, straight away the sign. The warning signs were there.
a
Bro.
yellow card in like 1 minute.
I think that's what changed not changed the game fully, but it had a massive impact on him being booked 1 minute in.
Yeah,
because all they could do is like all Grealish had to do, who had a great game, was just attack him because he can't stick a foot out.
And that's the thing too, right? About the Grealish thing. I think it was Paul Scholes who came out today saying, like, I remember when wingers used to chase back fullbacks. The amount of times they double-teamed Dalot and double-teamed Malassi on the other side. They create overloads, and both our wingers are, like, high up the pitch. I don't know if it was an instruction from Ten Hag, stay up, we'll counter, but they got killed on overloads. The chance I'm thinking of is the Foden one, where Haaland gets the ball, and he has, like, 10 seconds to turn. He takes, 8 touches to make that turn.
No, you're right.
And he has so much space, plays Foden through, who's wide open. Yeah. It's just like, would any other team do?
You're right. No, he's right. He's right. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the Haaland factor. I don't know if he's just like now everybody's just scared. It's a fear factor. I think he's just come in now.
Rio Ferdinand came out with it today as well.
He said that as well. Yeah, it's true though, bro. He's coming and now everybody's scared.
I get that, right? But Haaland is not the kind of player who's gonna pick up the ball and run at you.
Of course.
That's
he can do it though. He can. I feel like people underestimate that side of his game. He can dribble. He can run at players as well. But you saw, if you give him, like you said, if you give him that time and space,
give players like that, Haaland and De Bruyne, like that's the thing, right? City obviously are great and they played a good game, but I think a lot of teams would have played a lot better than United did yesterday. Like for example, someone asked me, would Arsenal get beat 6-3? Not a chance.
So, no.
Not a chance.
No.
No.
But again, and I want to ask you guys a question, yeah?
Yeah.
And I want to ask you because obviously you're a United fan. Do you think that 4-week gap? Because our last fixture game was against these guys, bro. We had a 4-week gap of no games, bro. And let's not lie, we were building a bit of momentum, especially beating them.
Crazy momentum.
Even like a morale, like a boost of confidence. Like to beat them, they were unbeaten, obviously on this run, and then we stopped them. We put in a good performance against them, and then to have that such a big gap between them, because we were meant to play Leeds and Crystal Palace after you guys.
The Queen's passing and then international break, right?
Of course, you know what I mean? And we had Leeds and Crystal Palace to play, so I feel like we could have easily built that momentum.
Title charge low key, bro.
No, wait, you want to know what?
The institution is out to get us.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Title charge.
Yeah, I don't know what. Bro, you know what it is?
Nah.
But you know, I know, obviously, he's like,
of course,
it's a bit of a stretch, but like, little things like that can make a big difference. You know what I mean? 100%. Like if we had beaten Leeds and Crystal Palace, that's momentum going. Okay, international break, but then you come back thinking, yo, we've won 3-4 games in a row.
Bro, to play
You know what I mean?
City away your first game back is crazy.
It's crazy, bro. We were kind of like, I wouldn't say we were destined to lose, but like
No,
there was a lot of variables there that
here's
you know
the thing,
didn't
too, right?
set us
There's
up
no
well.
shame in losing.
There's no shame.
Here's
There's no
the
shame.
But
It's the manner.
performance.
It's the manner.
It's performance. I
That's
always
the
say
thing,
performance over results
Yeah.
is true a lot of times, especially when we're going away to a team like City. It's just the way you lose, the way you get rolled over, how easy
that's
it
the
looked.
thing too, Sharky, right?
As
Like,
a neutral, I got bored after half time. I was like, it's 4-0. I don't like. It's not fun. No fun double should get into. As a neutral, must have been an entertaining game to watch. That's what I want to see between two giants.
Yeah.
I was gonna say too, United, like the last 4 wins that they had, there's been one staple, one foundation of those wins, and it's grit, it's desire. Like as cliche as that sounds, it's been like mentality. Like you don't see United rolling over to teams. Against Liverpool, they fought. Against Arsenal, they fought. The performances haven't been great. All honesty, like there's been good moves, there's been good moments. But United have been playing like a deep block. They've been defending really well, and there's been a lot of energy and grit.
Yeah.
This game, it's like 4 weeks of a break, basically just took everything out of United.
Yeah.
They were so flat-footed.
They were just flat.
Yeah,
They were
it
just
was
flat.
a
They were
flat
just-
performance.
yeah,
And
they were
you
flat.
talk about momentum being killed. I worry about that now because, again, it's not just how you. It's not losing. It's just how you. Lose.
The manner.
I
The
think
manner. Yeah.
when you go
yeah.
to Goodison Park now, which United doesn't have a good record in the
Yeah,
last year.
and they have a good defensive record over there.
they've
as
got
well,
the best
right? They got, yeah,
best
do you know what I mean?
defensive
So it's not looking good at the moment.
really bad loss.
The question I want to ask you guys though, as Man United fans, obviously you saw the Man City lineup. Do you think Erik ten Hag should have changed something or kept the same? Like I don't know why, for some reason, you signed Casemiro, world class midfielder for 70 million. How does he still not start games?
What do you think about that? Because me personally, I think Casemiro has to be starting. Especially, I understand completely. I'm all
Doesn't
about.
look fit to me.
That's the thing. He doesn't. Look
Bro, he
fit
played
to
for
me, bro.
Brazil. I watched him against
I-
Brazil.
how was he? I didn't watch it.
Maybe the United kit's too tight or something.
Bro, come on. Here's the thing, right?
It's like a Ndombele thing at Spurs. Like, he just doesn't look in shape.
No, but he's always kind of looked like that.
He's
but
a
not even
stocky
that-
guy.
Well,
Right?
Yeah.
But here's the point. Forget about all that.
And he keeps falling and shit.
I'm all about
Yeah, he's on
meritocracy.
on the floor quite a lot. Yeah,
I'm all about meritocracy. I'm all about earning your place.
Yeah,
I'm all about
imagine.
McTominay playing 4 great games in a row and earning that position. But you do not spend 70 million pounds on a 4-time Champions League winner who's just coming off a great season for Real Madrid to go to the Etihad where he's played these big games all his career. This is
Facts.
his bread and
That
butter,
I agree with
and
you.
leave
Yeah,
him on
yeah,
the
yeah.
bench. What's the point of buying him? Are we
You're
going to
bring
wait for
him
him
on when? You're already like
right? Are we
4
going to?
goals down.
What was the plan? Just to wait till McTominay plays a bad game and then we're going to react because that's a react.
Okay, you know the McTominay. How bad was he, bro?
We were talking about everyone's 3 least favorite players
yeah.
in United. He's in my top 3. He might be second. Shit,
He's
he might
first
be.
for me. He's first for me.
He's top 2. He's not 2. He
He's
might be
first-
top
he's
1.
first for me.
Bro, I
He
think
is the player that
this
needs
guy's
to
a
leave
he's
the
a
first
pretender,
one.
bro. He's a
Yeah.
pretender. He's an actor because he comes out with these great.
I know.
My guy, come on, come on.
my guy. You understand?
This is not Alex Busquets. We're looking at.
He said it perfect. He's a pretender, bro.
pretender, bro. He
The
deserves
amount of
an
time
Oscar,
he
bro.
hides away from the ball,
Guys, you see that
doesn't
bit as
show
well?
himself. When he gets the ball, he hesitates because he doesn't trust his own ability. The passes he plays, every pass, bro, it's like, you know when you got like high risk, medium risk, low risk, safe. He's always going for safe. Why? Because I don't know if he's scared of criticism or he generally just doesn't
And
have
the thing
confidence
with
in his
him too,
ability.
right? Is he comes out at the end of the game with his press conference. He's like,
He's a-
"We didn't fight for the United." He says everything that
Yeah.
United fans want to
Yeah,
hear. But
yeah.
the thing is, he doesn't do any of that
Passion
during
merchant.
the game.
Passion merchant.
He
that's what
has
it
been
is.
playing well enough the last 4 games. I have to give it to him. Like I wouldn't have dropped him just because it's McTominay. But here's the thing with me: Bruno was getting a lot of praise this 4-game winning run. Eriksen was getting a lot of praise, and McTominay was getting a lot of praise. And they all played well enough in their own regard. But how much praise can you give a midfield when the team of that midfield cannot hold on to the ball for longer than 5 seconds a game?
true.
Right? Like you can only praise them so much because every single game United plays, they can't sustain possession. They can't sustain pressure.
Facts.
And in this game, you just saw the difference between Gundogan, Bernardo, and De Bruyne versus Eriksen, Bruno, and McTominay. It's galaxies.
Even that though, bro, they smoked you, but they didn't even have a
Rodri,
strongest.
bro.
Rodri wasn't playing.
Yeah,
Their
bro.
centre back partnership was a Kanji and Aki.
Their whole defensive spine is gone.
But
Yeah.
I
went into that.
do you know what?
Kyle
Kyle
That's
Walker got
fine.
injured early on.
Like I'm saying, that's the team. That's how
Yeah.
scary they are.
Yeah,
But
do you know
also,
what
that's
it
how
is?
bad you guys are.
Hey, Not
No, but
wrong.
it's true though.
That's true.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
true
yeah.
though. I don't know if Spurs. Like, I'm into what Arsenal. Let's Spurs went away to Etihad.
Oh,
didn't
they
they?
wouldn't-
You
yeah.
saw what they did last season. They beat them last season there as well. If they went away now with Kane, Son, or Charleston playing against Akanji, Aki, and then no Rodri, Spurs will do damage to that
Yeah.
team. That's their spine was empty. That's the weakness. That's what you have to attack. You guys don't have the
Can I be
players that
honest
can punish
though?
that.
And that's the problem, and you hit it right on
Yeah.
the head. With Ten Hag, that's why I feel sorry. I feel sorry for him.
I do,
But at the
I
same
do,
time,
I
I
do.
question things that he does because it's like
Yeah,
with him.
I
like,
wouldn't say sorry.
I wouldn't. Yeah, because it's like the Casemiro thing. I still don't understand that.
Yeah.
Like this is the type of game
Do you
you'd
think
want to
Casemiro was?
play him.
Do you think Casemiro was Ten Hag signing? Do you think?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No,
I genuinely don't think so.
I'm starting to believe that
think,
as well.
I think it was like obviously you know everyone knows it's common knowledge that
Frankie.
De Jong was his
Yes,
priority
yes,
choice. I think it got to a point where they're like, look, this De Jong guy's just
We need
he's
a-
moving
we need
along.
some sort of-
We've been landed the opportunity to sign Casemiro.
Two at
Do
the
you want
time, we
it?
just lost 4-0 to Brentford, right? The fan base was begging
Was
for
begging
him
for
to-
So
signing.
he
So
needs some big
yeah,
news, some
so
happy
they
news.
said he probably gave the green light. You know, he said, "What? You know what? I've got nothing at this point. I don't want to go into the season without a player in that position, so I'll go for
what Man
Casemiro."
United was like as well.
He needed a friend on the bench for him.
Yeah,
That's
like,
why he got his boy, bro.
But the thing is, yeah, like especially against like Man City, yeah, you know they're such a ball dominant team, innit?
Yeah.
I thought maybe take away that attacking side that you guys have and started Fred and what do you call it? Fred and Casemiro.
You know what?
In
Crazy
the
thing
midfield-
is, yeah,
in the midfield three.
I thought going into the game, I thought that is the two that he was gonna go with, just because
Then you can play the Bruno or Ericsson beside.
exactly.
I'd have been
But
more than happy with that.
This is the problem. I don't know why he's so like obsessed with just having to always
fix
have
what's not
Bruno
broken.
and
I'll
Ericsson.
tell you. I'll tell you. This is where I sit with Ten Hag, and this is why I kind of feel bad for him. But at the same time, I agree with both you guys. Like it was naive of him.
Yeah.
He's stuck between two ideologies right now. There's a way Ten Hag wants to play. I think we can all agree that the way United are playing right now is not how Ten Hag
Yes,
wants to
yes,
play football.
yes,
of course,
But
yeah.
he's also realized that the players that he has at his disposal
Are horrible.
He cannot. They're horrible at the way he
but
wants
then
to play.
again, it's like similar. With
Arteta.
Arteta.
No, exactly.
He doesn't. He's not a five at the back kind of
Yeah, of
manager.
course.
But early
Yeah.
on, we had this David Luiz and Socrates.
He had to play a certain
played
way.
five at the back,
Yeah,
had to
yeah.
play a certain way.
Yeah.
And he played with it. And
Yeah.
he used the plays that he had.
But there were
I
growing
took it-
pains, no?
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
There were growing pains.
But
yeah.
yeah, exactly. But it's the same thing as like
Yeah.
the squad Arteta inherited, similar to Ten Hag. It's
Yeah.
like there was a cancer in the team.
Yeah.
The dressing room atmosphere.
And he has to
wasn't
slowly,
great.
like
And I mean,
Arteta
even
slowly
think about
beat
it,
it
right?
out and then bring in new
Arteta
faces.
took over
yeah.
Unai Emery's team, which is
Yes.
a defense-minded, like
Yeah.
low
Facts,
block.
yeah.
He's what's his name? Ten Hag is taking over a Ranić and Ollie team. That team was built around counterattack.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can't buy 11 players in one summer to. I think Frankie would have been huge. Honestly, I think
Frankie would have been a big
transformed the way they wanted to play.
100%.
But then for me, yeah, you know, with that argument, it's you guys were chasing Frankie for like 2 months and a bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, where was his option plan B?
that's the thing. He didn't want a plan B.
That's what I'm saying. But
He didn't
you
want a
know,
plan B.
but you know,
Like,
but it's that's what I'm
yeah.
saying to you. Like, if there was no plan B, and you're so sure of getting plan A, you should be thinking about, okay, cool. In a month, like say for example, a month and a half, you could go. He's not looking unless he, like you said,
That's the
unless
thing.
Frankie told him, yo, man actually wants to cut out.
But this is the
That's
problem
the
with
thing.
United.
Actually, come Man United.
Yeah,
Then
there's
that's
no
different.
transparency. But from the what was being said and what was being put out there, apparently they were always in constant contact with each other. Apparently, so they were having phone calls with each other throughout the whole summer. Obviously, because I think the De Jong situation, I think there's a lot that
wants
we
to get
don't
his
know.
money, right?
I think there's a lot
100%.
that's happening behind the scenes that we don't know. Do you know what I mean? And I think this it's more complicated than just I don't want to come or I want to come. I think
Regardless,
it's too
though,
much
not even to make it a whole
financial,
Frankie thing, right?
Yeah.
Like just to speak purely about the game. That I go back, like I think he's stuck between philosophies right now. Like you said with Arteta, he wants to play one way,
Yeah.
but when you have De Gea in goal, when you have McTominay in midfield, when we haven't even talked about the front three. I think the front three was the biggest problem for United because there's no one up there who could hold on to the ball. We're gonna talk about Jadon Sancho again. Honestly,
Yes,
we're gonna be
let's talk.
uncomfortable about it because that video came out. I got some backlash. A lot of people agreeing as well. But I think that game perfectly summed up what I was trying to say. It's another game where Sancho has absolutely no impact whatsoever. And people have had criticism of Antony. Is he too similar to Sancho? As much flaws as Antony has, he's not a perfect player either. He provided a whole lot more to the game. Sancho, every single time he gets the ball, wants to go back.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to take on his full
I
back.
disagree
Doesn't want to
with you,
commit.
though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think about
I'm a complete opposite of him. You know why?
Go ahead.
Because I got a question to ask for him
Go for it.
and for you guys as well. Like, if you swap, and this is an example, if you swap Foden and Sancho yesterday, so Sancho playing for City and Foden playing for
You
United.
think Foden would have a worse, the same performance?
I wouldn't say as bad as Sancho, but I don't think he would have had a great game. And I think Sancho may have been the one to score that.
He wouldn't have scored that hat-trick. He wouldn't have-
I think he potentially could have.
No, I-
because
yeah, go ahead.
He'd have a better game, yeah, of course.
You know what
He's
is,
too- well,
is
he's more suited to City.
Sancho's game is based on link-up play.
Yes,
And one of his best attributes, that people don't really talk about a lot, is his passing.
Yep.
His passing, his final third, like his key passes, his dribbling. Like he's a player that thrives off a lot of like chemistry. you know what I mean? Thriving off his teammates and building connections on the pitch.
I don't think he's a
and
winger.
running in behind.
I think he's a midfielder.
I hear this
I
a
think
lot. I don't think he's a midfielder.
I think it's another Iwobi.
No, he's not.
I think he can't take on his player. He can't take on his player. He's a passer. He's a link-up player.
It's not only about taking. Like, people
don't
think
think he's
about
a winger.
wingers only just taking on players.
No, I know
it's
it's
also running into spaces.
Of course.
Because on the transition, Sancho's dangerous. Like especially when you're talking about counter-attacking football, Sancho can do it. He can really hurt teams. But the way United play, you see Bruno picks up the ball. What's the first thing he's doing? Hoofing it.
Yeah, we talk about Bruno. Honestly,
Like,
oh my
come
days.
on, bro. Like
Talking
when
about
you're
another
playing with
pretender.
players like that, it's very hard, bro. Like he said
Yeah,
as
it's
well
not
earlier
great.
as well.
The system's not for
The
him.
team can't even keep the midfield can't even keep the ball for more than 5
That's
seconds.
absolutely fine, bro. But
Yeah.
at the same time, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be too much to ask for a full. This is where we disagree about Foden and Sancho.
Yeah.
Foden, at the very minimum, gets on the ball and looks to make things
Yeah,
happen.
yeah,
He
yeah.
goes for it. He takes players on.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
has burst to him.
Yeah.
That's another thing with Sancho, right? It's like the things I'm saying. It's not like he doesn't want to do them. I actually
Yeah.
think he's incapable of doing them.
Yeah.
He's not fast enough. He's not strong enough. He doesn't have the burst.
You think
to
so?
get past
Do you-
players.
do you
I
think-
honestly
do you
believe so.
think
Yeah.
Guardiola could coach him into doing that?
No, I think it's a physical
so?
problem with Sancho. Like like
okay.
you said, his main game is combining with players.
Yeah.
It's link up. It's passing.
Yeah.
But as a winger in this league, you look at all the best wingers in
Yeah.
this league. Even if
Yeah.
you want to go down to guys like Harvey Barnes, Saint-Maximin,
Yeah.
they have burst, they have explosiveness.
I see
they
what you
run in
mean. Like,
behind.
he's not.
they
He's
get
not.
past players.
I don't think.
He
he's-
doesn't have that this game.
It's well, like honestly speaking, Sancho is a hard one because it's like
Does he get into your United best attack? Because I think United's best attack is Rashford, Martial, Anthony.
you think so.
Yeah,
I would say it's. It sounds mad.
Yep.
I think it's Sancho, Martial, Anthony. I think those three because I think
Rashford-
there's a-
Rashford.
Bro, you
Rashford
need a-
dropped Rashford, Martial,
Sancho.
and Sancho. Sorry, my
I
bad.
was gonna say-
Really?
And- yeah. Because you know what it is, yeah, and I saw.
That's
we saw-
interesting.
you know why? We saw glimpses of it in the summer, especially
Yeah,
like over the
true.
summer and going into the season. Like, there's when you have an understanding between each other, especially the attackers, yeah. Like when you see with Mane, Firmino, Salah, sometimes it's not even about when you're able to interchange and when you all got similar qualities, football becomes so easy and fluid. It's like almost like a language. You don't even have to talk to each other. You just know my man's on the left. Okay, I'm gonna go down the middle.
Yeah.
You get, or I'll go on the right hand side. You
Sancho
come.
in that
Do you know
sense
what I
is
mean?
very good,
And
yeah.
they have that understanding. You even saw the goal. Like, what goal was it where Sandro played it into Rashford? And he waited so perfectly. He just knew Rashford was gonna come. He waited for Rashford to be onside and he played the pass. Can't remember which
Leicester,
game
I
was.
think it was Leicester. I
Oh,
think, yeah.
bro, that goal for me is that's what I'm talking about. Sancho has that sort of IQ
Nah, it
level.
might
where
have been preseason. Yeah, go ahead.
can't remember which
I know
pass,
what
yeah.
you're talking about.
There was
though,
like
yeah.
he waited. Like a lot of wingers wouldn't do that. He could have played a pass very early, and then Rashford would have been offside and it's done. But he waited. He knew, okay, now, and then he played that pass. Like there's a lot of wingers that don't have that in the game, and I feel like put Sancho in that Guardiola team. I promise you.
Yeah, I agree. But
Julian,
but
how
how
many
many
players
players?
are
You said that
question,
most players put someone.
Yeah, but
put them-
that's
put
not
them-
the question, let's be
But
real.
Can we talk about Man City for a bit? Can we talk about Erling Haaland?
I guess.
Like what? No. What, can we talk about?
I guess.
Can we
He's
can we
fake,
talk about
he's
Haaland?
He's
please?
not bad.
Please.
He's decent.
3 hat tricks in a row
he's fake.
at
He's
home.
cheating, it's
Yeah, 3. He's got 3 Premier League hat tricks in 8 games. Cristiano Ronaldo in his whole Premier League career has got 3 Premier League hat tricks
Talk on it.
in over 200 something games, almost
Yeah.
300 games. Quickest 3 hat tricks in Premier League. Haaland's first with 8 games.
Yep.
Second fastest, I think, was, let me get right here, Michael Owen, 48 games.
Owen's a freak. God damn. But
Owen's
yeah.
a freak. That's it.
Yeah,
That's Owen. And then after that, Van Nistelrooy 59, Torres 64, Andy Cole 65, Suarez.
Nah, he's
71.
rewriting what
Haaland
it
is taking him
means,
8 games to get 3 hat tricks.
He's rewriting what it means.
You know what
to
this
be a
means?
Premier League
Yeah.
It's over. That's almost 40% of his games. He's got a hat trick in.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right.
That's
That's not
crazy.
normal.
Freak numbers, bro.
Can we talk about this man? And I said in the video, Erling Haaland might be the greatest goal scorer.
And I
to
think
ever
you're
enter
right.
Premier League.
I think you're right. I think
I
you're
was
right.
getting cooked.
Gee, I think you know what it is. You know what it is. I actually
Okay,
don't think just from what we've seen already. I've seen enough.
Yeah, come on.
I've seen enough.
Here's my
I've
question
seen
for you
enough.
guys.
I've seen enough, bro.
Here's my
What
question.
more?
I've
He's
seen
scary,
enough.
bro.
I've seen enough.
I saw a lot of people comparing him to Mbappe today.
Yeah.
And I think Mbappe is better personally. But like the main argument is like, you have to ask yourself, would other strikers, like elite strikers, be able to come to Manchester City and slot into where he is and do what he's
not
doing? Like,
like
for example,
him, not
Harry
like him.
Kane in this Manchester City team, how many goals do you think he scores?
He'd have a lot, but he wouldn't have as much as Haaland.
You
does.
reckon?
He wouldn't have
25,
14.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, it's
But
this
not
boy-
as many as Haaland, you're saying.
You know, I don't think he would have the efficiency that Haaland has.
Really?
That's what it is.
I don't
It's like
think he-
Benzema or Lewandowski, the same thing. They wouldn't have the efficiency as Haaland.
Again,
Yeah,
I don't
know. There's something about Haaland for me.
You know, Haaland,
It's like he's born to score.
He's not a human.
I don't disagree.
There's
Like,
something
I'm
different
just
about
very
him.
curious.
There's
Yeah.
something-
I said it. If
Like, it
Compound V, if you watch The Boys,
Yeah.
he's been injected with Compound V.
You know what I said? I don't know if you guys
V?
watched.
It's in The Boys. They're all like superheroes, but they got injected with something.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys watched Creed 2. This is like Ivan
yeah,
Drago, bro.
yeah.
Sending his son to get revenge on him, bro. This is what it is.
That's what it is. This is what it is.
And you can see the shots. It goes back to his dad in the crowd. I'm like, his
dad was celebrating harder than hell.
Yeah, I'm like, his dad must be so proud. He's watching his son 3 home games in a row. He's there in Etihad watching his son.
But he's actually a freak.
Roy Keane in the stadium too, bro. He's gassed.
But can we talk? What? I don't. Come on, Stars, please talk about Haaland for me because I'm gonna say some crazy shit. So I need someone else to talk.
No, I think he's crazy. Like he's done.
It's a cheat code. I mean,
what can you say? I get it. What
Every week you're talking about him.
Even with the game, yeah. I don't know. This sounds disrespectful to even say. I feel like he didn't do much, but then when you watch the whole game, you're like, he's.
Bro. Have you guys seen the stat?
3 goals, 2 assists.
I'm like.
You know what that is though? You know what that is though? That's efficiency.
Yeah,
He just needs to do what he needs to do.
Wasn't there a stat where it's like he had 10 goals within like his first?
It's
bro.
Yeah,
Here's
it's like
the-
Just ridiculous amount of shots, like slow amount of shots.
The stat right now is, bro, he's averaging a goal every 14 shots. Or, no, 14 touches. Sorry.
That's not, touches.
Every 14 touches, he scores a goal,
It's
bro.
not normal.
Did you see what he said? Like, if I take 5 touches and score 3 goals, it's a good game for me.
That's right though. That's efficiency.
And bro,
you
and
don't
that's
need
him
to do
controlling
much.
the ball as well.
That is crazy.
That's 14 touches and he scored a goal.
And I know about 6 of them are just him trying to control the ball.
That's not right. Yeah.
This is like, bro. This is like when the Golden State Warriors got KD.
Yeah.
This is honestly
100%,
it, bro.
100%
De Bruyne is Curry.
same
This
thing.
guy is KD.
Yeah,
bro.
same thing. I'll say it right now. KDB and Haaland are the best duo
Ooh.
to ever touch Premier League.
Then in the Premier League.
Yeah. To ever touch Premier League. Ever touch Premier League. I'll be real
Hey,
with
goes
you.
in.
Beyond any,
Hey,
there's no
hey.
duo
I think
in
I
the Premier
agree.
League that's better than KDB
Listen,
and
I'm not
Haaland.
gonna lie.
In history.
I think you're right.
I'll be rude.
No, I think he's right.
I'll be rude with you, bro.
Guys,
It's fake.
Henry and Bergkamp.
Nope.
Nah,
Joachim
these
Cole.
are better.
Son and Kane.
Nope. He's
Son-
better than all
Only
of
one,
them.
Rooney and Ronaldo is the only one I'm willing to listen to.
Heskey and
They,
Owen.
look, you could argue, but I think that's even better. I think that's a vast.
Okay, can I ask you guys?
I think that's a vast.
Can I ask you guys a
Can
question? Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Obviously, we know that. I think everyone here on the table is going to believe that Haaland breaks Salah's record this
Easy.
season.
Yeah,
Sleep.
Can't feel
He's got to score 20 goals in the next 30 games.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, that's already.
You know,
he's gonna break it by November,
He's
bro.
got
He's got
5
to score
hat
one
tricks
goal
within
every
the 20
2
games. He's got
Bro, 3 hat tricks in a row at home.
Yeah.
Right, he's got another 5 within the 20 games. Yeah? But
You still got to play Forest away, Bournemouth away. Oh, bro, it's game over.
no.
bro,
You know what?
But the question that I was going to ask you guys is,
He might touch 50 goals this season.
Well, in Premier only.
I think in Premier League he might touch 50 goals this season.
That's not ridiculous.
I genuinely, I think he might touch 50 goals.
usually that's something you can laugh at, but I'm like, it can be done.
It can be done.
man.
That reminds me of it. It
Yeah.
reminds me of like when Ivan Toney broke the championship record, 31, and then Mitrovic next season like 46 or something.
Yeah, something like
It's
crazy.
It's like that's the thing. Is Haaland's going to
Yeah.
set a record
Yeah.
that now can't be beaten.
Yeah,
Who's the team that Haaland couldn't score against?
Oh, he didn't score.
Bournemouth. No, was it Bournemouth?
He didn't score. He scored against Bournemouth. He didn't score against. He scored against West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham
Scored against Villa.
Villa hat trick against
Wolves, he scored.
hat trick against Palace.
Newcastle, I think it was.
No,
it?
Newcastle. He
Oh,
scored.
he scored.
3-3.
It might have been Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
It might have been
He
Bournemouth.
did score against West Ham. He didn't score Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Oh, that's the only game. Yeah,
he
you're
didn't
right.
score.
That's the only game.
Yeah,
That's
that
like second game.
second game of the
That's like
season.
second game into the season. Yeah, you're
If
right.
I'm
Can he do it on a
looking at
cold wet night
Bournemouth,
Bournemouth, bro?
if I was the
And
centre
that was
back
at
at
home.
Bournemouth,
That
I'd
was
look at
at home,
myself
you know.
going,
That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
it was
He
Bournemouth.
scored against
Lloyd
me.
Kelly.
It was at home as well.
Yeah, it's at home as well.
Bournemouth-
Etihad as well.
Is he a
That's
fraud?
crazy.
Is that the new
No,
question?
those centre backs must look at you didn't score against
No,
me.
he's, one thing I can guarantee you on the table, we can all probably agree, he's definitely touching 40.
Oh
Yeah.
He's touching 40.
Yeah.
But the question I wanted to
Yeah,
ask you guys
so
is,
Yeah.
is De Bruyne breaking the assist record now?
I think he might.
It's his record. Him and
If you're saying
It's
he's
his own
getting
record.
50 in the Prem,
Yeah.
you're telling me 20 of those is not going to
Yeah,
be
it's going to win. Yeah, it will be the winner.
I disagree.
21?
I disagree though about the part that, because like you guys are probably thinking Haaland is the best striker on the planet right now, right?
Yes.
I think there's other strikers.
No,
that can
he's
go-
the best goal scorer on the planet.
Yeah.
No, even okay, he might actually.
Yeah.
I can't deny that. But like, I'm even thinking like, if you put Lewandowski in this team, bro, I think he's hitting those numbers too. I think
No, but
City's.
there's difference. There's something about Haaland. Like,
Yeah.
like, for example, Lewandowski scored goals, but he wouldn't score 3 home hat tricks in a row. There's like stuff like that,
Bro, I honestly
but there's
don't know,
things like
man.
that. There's things like that where it's like, yes, people can. There's scoring goals,
Yeah.
and then there's Haaland scoring goals. There's something different about when he scores.
Yeah,
goals. You know what I mean? I
yeah,
can't
I know,
explain
you're
it. It's
right.
like
You can't
you
put it
put
to
all
words,
the
you're
best
right,
goal
you're
scorers
right,
in
you're
Man
right.
City. They'll all score a lot of goals. They'll fly, whatever. Like Lewandowski might already be on like 12 goals in 8 games, but. Just he wouldn't do how Haaland's doing it. He wouldn't score 3 in 3 games, 3.
I don't know.
Like there's something about the
only
Haaland is scoring more goals than he did in the Bundesliga.
saying-
He might be the farmer.
That's saying for me,
We might
For
be
me,
the
he's just ruthless. Like he's just like he's gonna score.
Yeah.
You know he's gonna score again.
I get
and the worst
that,
thing is he's also get 2 assists as
I
well.
still
No one's even
think
talking
at the
about
same time. I still think at the same time we're so programmed watching the Prem that like now we're saying that, but I guarantee, not even guaranteeing, I think if Lewandowski came to the Prem in City's team, he would score as many as Haaland. That's my hot take.
For me,
I think he would.
Harry Kane is the best striker.
But he's
Like,
right. No, he's right. I think they would
Different
score,
variation of
all the
goals,
strikers. I
definitely.
think
They would score
any
different
world-class
goals,
striker would score goals in this
I
Man
think
City.
Mbappe will match it. I think Mbappe will match
I think
it.
you put any, even a
That's
half
interesting.
decent
Because
striker
that's the
in
one
this
thing-
team.
Sorry.
Go on, what we say?
There you go.
What are we
So
saying?
Mbappe, he thinks Mbappe will do the same.
Yeah, 100%. He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Because
Yeah.
The thing that obviously I think with Mbappe and Haaland that they both got elite movement off the ball. So then balls that De Bruyne will do, I think Mbappe will get behind it as well.
Yeah.
But then obviously the difference is this guy Mbappe will just take the ball and just go.
I think the real guy we're not even talking about here, the real genius is Pep, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Pep is just like reinventing the game. Like last year, there was a point. It's gonna sound stupid as hell. I was like, the City really need a striker. Like if they get a striker, does it maybe like lessen the amount of chances they create because they're so fluid without a striker? Like everyone moves like in a fluid front three. That's just the dumbest take of all time. You look at Haaland now; he slots in so seamlessly. I was saying there was gonna be an adaptation period.
More firepower.
You know what's terrifying as well? A terrifying sight was. I think you were down by like 3-4 goals. I see Mahrez coming on, Julian Alvarez.
Last 10 minutes,
coming
Mahrez
on,
is one of the
Cole
best players of
Palmer
all
coming
time,
on.
bro.
Did I scary that it's to
Scary,
look
bro.
at?
Scary still.
Like all these 4 players can score goals. Julian Alvarez, Cole Palmer, Riyad Mahrez, all coming at the same time. Sergio Gomez
For
came
me,
on.
the craziest
Sergio Gomez, instant impact. Is good, very good fullback.
Crossed it in. Yeah.
Terrifying. I'm like, oh my god.
You know, it was not that for me.
What?
It was, say for example, once they went 4-0, it was cruise control. Obviously, when Anthony scored, they just said, F it, let's put the switch back on and score another 2. That's when I went, this team is not
It's
serious.
different, bro.
And speaking of like subs, 'cause obviously when these lot came on,
Champions League.
Quick, talk about Cristiano Ronaldo as well.
Ooh.
He was a sub. He didn't come on.
How do you feel about that? I have a very strong point on it. We might disagree.
You know what it is? I'm in 2 minds, and I was even thinking about it today. It's so mad. I don't know why. Today randomly I was just thinking about it because I was seeing the Roy Keane video with Michael Richards. I was just thinking about like
What did he say? Instead of disrespectful, right?
he's saying it's disrespectful, and I hear him.
Ten Hag said the same thing.
No, the disrespectful in the sense of not even playing
Not
him.
playing him. Ten Hag
Not
said,
playing.
I don't want to bring him on.
Yeah, disrespectful to bring him on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eric was
Roy
obviously
Keane
talking about,
said
but Roy Keane
disrespectful
was
to
saying
play
not
him.
to even play him.
Yeah.
I think, also, Ronaldo in this game would be so ineffective.
Yeah.
Bro, me personally, I think Cristiano Ronaldo is washed, right? Like, people are gonna think that's a harsh statement, but
It's
I don't
not,
think
it's
it
not,
is, bro.
it's
He's
not,
30.
it's not,
He's
it's not,
37
it's
years
not.
old. How many players at
38,
30?
no?
That he's 10,
Sure,
38.
he's still CR37.
He might still be.
But how many
February
players?
5th he's turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This season.
How many players at this age are realistically still performing week in, week out? The fact that he even got this far is a testament of itself.
Yeah,
but
it's
at this
incredible.
point,
Yeah.
there is nothing that he offers Man United that Martial doesn't himself. Martial provides more to this United team as a striker than Ronaldo does. It's the harsh reality.
Yeah, it's true.
I would have let him go in the summer if he had suitors, whether you believe that or not. If he had suitors, they should have let him go. This window in January, I would let him go. Because at this point, there's truth in it. It is disrespectful because he is one of the greatest players of all time, to most top 2, and you're having this guy sit on the bench week in, week out. That's a mockery, bro.
Yeah, bro. Me and Sharky were saying this all of last season. Like he's getting the goals, fair enough. Like he's always gonna be able to get the goals, but what he's contributed to the team overall, like you said, is coming at the expense of the team.
Yeah,
The
that was
team-
last season too, right? This year he doesn't even provide the goals.
That's the thing, and obviously this season a bit harsh like, to judge because obviously he's on the bench. He didn't have a preseason at all.
Yeah.
He's basically come in, and there's a lot, and obviously the passing of his son. There's a lot of things going on.
Of course,
And
yeah.
obviously there's obviously more things coming
was
out.
also
That
forced
he's
to
got a
leave
lot
as
of
well.
personal
And he was
issues
trying to
as well.
leave.
He's trying to leave.
Trying to leave, and there's
No
so
one
much
did.
things, but it doesn't erase the root of the problem, like where he's not really
Yeah.
offering much more.
And that's
you know
the
what I mean?
thing too, right? Ronaldo is not. He's a good professional, right?
Yeah.
But there's gonna get to a point where it's gonna get awkward.
Yeah.
It's gonna get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We're getting it out
100%.
because they just, the cameras are always going to
It's
Ronaldo.
always-
every time.
Always
every
get
single time.
Always you see Ronaldo on the bench. But
Yeah.
we need to obviously talk about all the other games. We've been on United for time.
Yeah,
Before we finish on United, let's talk about Martial. I got 2 goals.
Boy,
that-
man,
I'm leaving here
Tony.
with something,
Also,
bro. I'm
Tony
around the way. I'm
Tony.
leaving here with something.
He left with
Yeah,
sight,
something,
and also
yeah.
he got the coldest picture.
Coldest picture with a
It's like
kanji on the floor.
he always gets the coldest pictures, isn't it?
four hands and knees on the floor.
Yeah.
Did you see the
Crazy.
compilation where it's like Man United 2, Man United 3, Manchester City 2?
Yeah,
and it's like a
yeah,
Marseille-
yeah, it's crazy.
Hey,
That's my boy,
Martial,
man.
should he be your number
Yes.
9?
Yeah, but
Yes.
I think
He's heartbeat, man.
the way
Yeah.
Ten
Yeah,
Hag
you
wants
love
to
him.
play
Oh,
right
I
now.
love him.
Bro, preseason he balled out. He was
Yeah.
the best player in preseason.
No, I've always loved. I've even said to Liban for
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
I said,
yeah, yeah.
I'll take Martial. Like, even when he was
Of course.
quote-unquote
Arsenal. I've
I
always
said,
said
I
that
said,
one.
bring him to my club and
Always.
we'll cook.
Okay, let's move on though, because we've been on this national derby for
Thank God
ages.
we couldn't talk about Champions League Varane.
Oh yeah.
He pulled a sickie 40 minutes in.
He does that often. I'm not gonna lie. He missed a lot of our thrashings last season. It's like,
Bro.
are you always injured just for City and Liverpool?
Tactical. Let's talk about the other derby
ahead.
in London, in the north of London.
Ah, you're gassed.
North London derby.
Yeah.
Go into the game. What did you think was gonna happen? Draw.
I thought
tight game.
I thought as an Arsenal fan, I thought we was gonna win.
Tight game.
Didn't think it would be as comfy as we did. Maybe the red card did help
But
us.
we were already.
But regardless, like I felt like we was comfortably better.
Yeah.
Like another crazy statement. This move, hot take in
Go on.
terms of Harry Kane, especially in North London derbies. The only thing he looks like he does nothing but score pens.
He scored 7 penalties.
Bro, that's it.
In the North London derby.
He's got
What you say?
14
Is
goals.
Fugazi?
Huh?
Fugazi
No,
numbers?
No, it's not Fugazi.
I'm saying, is that stat like he's a top scorer? And
Yeah.
7 penalties in North London derby.
He's got 14. I think he's got 14 goals in the North London derby. 7 of them are pens.
7 penalties. Bro.
Yeah,
It's
He's
like
inevitable
if
too,
you was a betting man, every time I see North London derby, I put one in Harry Kane to score
He's
a
got
pen.
a penalty.
And he's ineffective, bro.
He doesn't win the penalty.
Unless it's White Hart Lane, but especially at the Emirates, he does nothing, bro.
I predicted Arsenal to win 3-1. Actually, I got the receipts.
Oh,
if anyone wants,
fair
I predicted Arsenal to
GG.
win 3-1.
Oh, fair enough.
GG.
But listen, we were on the show a few weeks ago and we said who's going to finish. The big topic I felt was Arsenal versus Spurs, second or third. We all agree City's going to win the league. Who's coming second? And I edged it to Spurs because as impressive as impressive as Arsenal have been, I would have said 9 out of 10 times Arsenal are the better team. There's always this thing in the back of my head, Conte. I always favor Conte over Arteta just because of what he's done. But Conte got schooled by Arteta. And I know Conte never really dominates possession, but Arsenal dominated Tottenham.
Yeah.
Right? Tottenham don't ever want to like dominate games like that, but they were not in that game whatsoever. Arsenal were clearly the better team. And hey, man, I had this tweet after the game. I said, I think everyone is thinking something about Arsenal right now that we're all too afraid to say.
Yeah.
It's all in the back of our heads right now.
Bring it to the front.
And I think they're going to beat Liverpool next weekend.
I agree.
And then everyone's going to be like, hey, these guys are title contenders. They're
Levi's not thinking that. Levi's
challengers.
still-
They're challengers. Whatever you want to say, they're challengers.
You know what it is, yeah? The Liverpool game is that's the real test. That's the big test. That will show how much they progress.
If we beat- so-
If
if
we
we beat Spurs and
comfy,
Liverpool,
if we beat Liverpool comfortably,
Comfortably.
you know, I put my shirt out and saying, guys, we're contenders.
Yeah.
Like, don't put us in that same bracket.
Everyone is thinking it right now.
That's
bro.
the thing. That's the game where it's kind of a game of measurement for me to see where Arsenal are really
How
at.
we are, yeah.
If you guys not just beat Liverpool, but beat Liverpool
Comfy.
convincingly, then for me it's like, okay, you're serious title contenders. But the problem with Arsenal, and I do agree with a lot you're saying, but I think it's a long season, bro. Like, remember this time last
It's
year?
a long month. We've got
Yeah.
9 games this month.
And
That's always the word.
and you know how things go, injuries,
Yep.
things that happen. World Cup is coming as well, so there's so much factors to go into. For me to say Arsenal,
That's the same. But that's the same. But that's the same for every team.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much factors
Yeah.
just in football in general.
Yeah.
We can't talk about these factors that haven't happened yet.
Of
We'll talk
course.
about what's
If we talk
happened.
about right now, I wouldn't rule out Liverpool. I still would rule out Chelsea.
I ruled out Liverpool already.
I would have ruled out Spurs, and I would have ruled out Arsenal. Reason being is
Liverpool have
because
dropped too many points.
I told you Liverpool. That's another one. People are holding off on Arsenal. People are also holding off on
That's true.
fully writing off Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool, believe what you are seeing, guys.
Yeah.
This team, there is no, once this guy comes back, they're going to bounce back. They just need to get over the.
I think
Liverpool
they're
are
not
done.
winning the league. It's done.
This
I don't think
cycle
they'll
is
win the league.
Top four,
this
they're not-
cycle
yeah,
of
they'll get it.
Liverpool
Yeah,
players
not-
is
not-
finished. They need a rebuild.
Yes.
They need to basically move on from 5 or 6 players in their team and restart. And I think they've started doing that with Konate. Carvalho is a really good player.
yeah.
But this is a write-off year for Liverpool. They are in a top 4 battle. It's as simple as
You know,
that.
does that hinder their chances on next season getting like Jude?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
part of the rebuild though. If they get Champions League, they'll still get him.
No, that's
I don't
if they
think
get.
Jude's coming to the Premier
He'll
League.
be the
I'll
face of their rebuild.
Real.
I don't think he's even coming to the Premier League. So I think forget Jude about
Yeah.
Premier League. I think he's going to Real.
Let's stick on the North London derby
Yeah.
rather than talk about Liverpool. Obviously,
Yeah.
3-1 win.
Yeah.
Impressive performances from Thomas Partey. I think is a key player to that. To Arsenal. I said before the game, if he's starting, we're winning the game. I said it. Like, and that's if we talk about factors that might happen, not happen.
That's a big
An
factor.
injury to him, we're done.
Of course, and
Like,
this is my point.
generally,
This is my
like
point.
when he plays, like the stats for our wins when he plays and when he doesn't play, it's
The
crazy.
United game, it was Lokonga. You see
Yeah,
night and day difference.
It's a night and day. Another good performance. When you talk about like people are too afraid to bring it forward, Granit Xhaka.
Bro.
Just say, look,
Yeah.
how good has he been? I think he's been this good for so long. He's got a grin on his face because he's been rating him, raving by him. for a
Levi
while.
knows, man. I've been talking about Grand Shaq.
He put him in his top 10 Premier League midfielders. The video that we did recently.
Yeah.
I don't know who was in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's not a bad
Put him in
shout
10th.
right now. Yeah.
Nah,
right now, it's not looking like a bad shout.
Actually,
Yeah.
we've got to wait a bit
You know,
longer.
I think Arteta's obviously got the best out of him, and I think he's obviously found a way to act. Like I feel like right now, Xhaka, obviously his best quality is his passes. Like his passes are crisp.
ridiculous.
You know what I mean? It's like he always finds that pass. You know what
I think Arteta, you're saying like he got the best out of him. I think he found the right position. For him. I think he was
facts.
being, I think he was playing the wrong
Agree,
position.
yeah.
He's a left-sided number 8.
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And now it allows him to even, like you saw on the weekend, drive into the box, get into speed. Bro, his numbers are going up.
Yeah.
His numbers are going up because
For me,
he's got
there's
that more that freedom. You know what I mean?
There's 2 reasons. Like I said, there's 2 reasons behind it. Me personally, Arteta obviously finding out what his actual position is, and having Thomas Partey sit there and let him do what he wants.
Yeah,
Because I feel like always the argument with Xhaka was, when you watch him for Switzerland, when you watch him from Arsenal, it was completely different.
It's like
the way he's playing now
Yeah.
is what we watch whenever it's Euros, whenever it's World Cup. Like this guy's scoring goals. This guy's why is he so far forward?
And he's a
at
leader
Arsenal,
too.
he's playing DM.
Oh yeah, he's our real captain.
I was gonna say, right, if
I've
that
said
incident hadn't happened a few years ago, granted, Xhaka is the leader of Arsenal Football Club.
But whether he's the leader right now. He's the leader
the
regardless. He's not
captain
wearing the
without the
armband.
armband.
He's the leader of the club.
agree.
But let's talk about another player as well. William Saliba.
I knew it was gonna
We
come.
love.
No, we have to now. We have to talk about Saliba.
Yeah, man.
Nah, very good.
He's not bad, right?
He's the real
He's
deal.
not bad.
Lias,
is he?
I can't lie, he's the real deal.
Lias,
He's the real deal. I can't even lie. He's the real
I got a
deal.
genuine question for you, brother. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I don't know when to answer it. Just shoot.
Oh, I know you're gonna. I know what the question's gonna be. It's gonna be Champions League. I know what you're gonna say. I know you too well now.
Who'd you take, William Saliba or Varane?
I think Saliba is generational, bro. A generational defender. I don't want to talk about him too much because we're
But
gonna talk about
you
him
want to, man. You want to.
William Saliba. I watched him a bit for Marseille, but not too much. I'm very honest here. I watched 5 minutes of the first game against Palace away, and I looked at this guy and I said, "This is a special talent." And you can tell with some players the minute they touch a ball and like they look up, and the way they position their body, make one pass, he's got it. And Saliba, bro, the way he gets out of pressure with composure, the way he bodies players like Son and Saliba, who are not Son and Saliba, Son and Kane, who are world class players in their own right, and he's bodying them and shaking them off and.
I saw a tweet today, and it was so right. So Tuesday, Saliba does hard things, but he makes it look like he didn't.
Effortless.
He'll like close down a player.
Who's the last centre back we said that about?
Yeah,
Who's the last centre back we said that
Van
about?
Dijk. Yeah. But he'll close down, like he'll chase down a player, close him down, get the ball pass out. But it looks like he didn't even break a sweat. But when he actually think about what he just did, like the things he does, he'll get the ball, he'll be in the box, he'll turn, not make a player, pass it out. But it looks like. That doesn't even look like special to when he does it. Like, that's how good he is. And his profile as well. Look at his profile: 6'4", like press resistant, good on the ball, like
athletic freak.
Like he's one of those players where there's like the Van
Bruno
Dijk.
of the game is very
That
good at
profile,
young age as
and he's got
well.
the same.
I think he's Rio. I think he's like Rio reincarnated.
And he's building that.
And his IQ.
He's building that Van Dijk. He's building that Van Dijk
Yeah.
repetition. He's not the dribble passes.
Here's the question though. I got 2 questions actually. A, can Arsenal retain him? Because you got the contract situation. Real Madrid, man, if they want a player, let's be honest, unless you're Mbappe, you don't turn to Real Madrid.
Facts.
The second question is, how much credit do you give Arteta? Because there is the argument that, okay, he's finally got him into this team, but was he not ready the last 2 seasons?
I don't think Arteta wanted him for a while.
Yeah, that's the thing,
Arteta
right?
don't want
And
him.
is that going to
I'm
come
with
into effect when he has to choose whether to sign a new contract or go to
100%
Real
it will.
Madrid?
It will.
Because he was the French player. He was French defender of the
He wanted to
young
leave in the
player
summer.
last year.
He wanted to leave in the summer, so it definitely will affect it.
But Arteta and the dude convinced him because they're like,
Yeah.
okay, this guy's serious. But
Yeah.
Emery signed him.
Yeah.
I think him going back in France on loan, that was perfect for it because he was 18, he was frail, he was a kid.
Didn't they want to send him to Newcastle or something? He decided to stay in France.
I can't remember, but yeah. So and then he came back for us preseason last season. We took him alone to Marseille, and then he became a man. Marseille is not a boys team; it's a men's team.
Yeah, of course.
You see the fans
He
are
won the
crazy,
league
aggressive fans.
Young player of the year, right?
But then he needed that. Now look how good he's been. We've got him. I just think it's working beautifully, and I've been saying as well, man.
Yeah.
Just give me Ben White and Saliba partnership.
That's something I want to talk about.
That's all I want,
That's something
man.
I want to talk
That's
about.
all I want.
Because I think
That's all I want, and I'm happy.
I look at Arsenal and they have a great team, but of course it's always about getting better. And to get better, you kind of saw that interview with Klopp and Pep that kind of resurfaced this year. You have to keep adding to the team. You have to increase competition. You have to bring new faces in. People have to be shifted out. I think I look at one player on Arsenal that I think his time will eventually come to an end is Gabriel.
I agree. I don't think he'll be at Arsenal in 2 years' time. But I say like the team we have now, we can get in the Champions League. This is a Champions. This is a Champions League team.
Yeah.
If you want to break into that title challenger team now, there's certain players. I love everyone at Arsenal, but there's certain players now you got to push to get even better.
Shift your
I need
agendas
Ben
away.
White and Saliba centre back. I need I don't know,
I
like
feel like
other
Arteta
positions.
favors Gabriel a lot.
I need wingers. I need, huh?
I think
No, but
Gabriel- he
I
favors
understand why
Gabriel a lot.
Gabriel plays. If
Yeah.
they ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
He's left-footed centre back.
Exactly.
White
He's,
can play on the
yeah,
right,
and he's
yeah.
aggressive. He's a physical
Physical.
presence.
Yeah.
He's
Still
he's
kind
a-
of young
and
as
he
well,
wins,
like
he wins,
24.
he
Yes,
wins headers.
he was no, but I'm saying no,
a lot of
he's
aerial
a
duels.
beast. He's
You know
a
what I mean?
physical unit. He's a
Yeah.
beast, and he's left-footed. Everything's
Yeah.
perfect. So it's like he slots in perfectly there. But Saliba played left side of centre back
Yeah.
before. He's played there in France.
I think that's a
With
litmus
Fofana
test.
next to
Who's
him in
better,
Saint
Ben
Etienne?
White or that's a litmus test for football. Ask someone who's better between Ben White and Gabriel, and if they tell you Gabriel, that's when you know there's.
Bro, I've been
shaky,
saying,
shaky.
I've been saying for ages, Ben White is the best
It
centre back
depends.
Arsenal.
It depends what your criteria is. Because if you're talking about, like you said, the physical attributes in terms of what you want from a defender, Gabriel wins. Gabriel wins for me. But then if you're talking about footwork and on the ball,
I just
then
think
it's more
Gabriel
Ben
makes
White.
too many mistakes. I think that's like
Yeah.
Gabriel is one of those center backs, and like there's people get fooled a lot by this.
Yeah.
He's very aggressive. He's very loud. He's in your face. So when I was talking about Rashford and Sancho, it's the same thing. There's loud players, and like their actions are very loud. There's slide tackles. You
Yeah,
get off
facts,
your feet, and you
facts.
start clapping them.
Yeah.
But Ben White does his job a lot more quietly. He just gets around with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
He's much more effective for me.
You think as an attacker though, I think attackers would have more harder time coming up against Gabriel than they would against White.
Yeah, but I think that
So
yeah,
is
that's
that you have to pick-
individually.
yeah,
if you 1v1
yeah,
battle, I'd
1v1,
rather play
yeah,
Ben White
exactly.
than
I think that's
Gabriel.
why you have to
But in a
pick- you
system,
gotta pick
I
your
think that's the
poison.
thing with
Yeah.
defending in
Yeah.
2022.
Yeah.
It's much more system oriented. Gabriel
Yeah.
in the 2000s, Vidic. You look
Yeah.
at Sol
Of course,
Campbell.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah,
It's a
facts,
system. Like
facts.
it's a system
Yeah,
now.
it's a system,
Ben White,
yeah, yeah,
Saliba for me. I love.
Yeah.
I agree.
Speaking of Saliba, actually, before we move on, and you were talking about like, is Arteta to blame and stuff. You actually did back Saliba. Asib just sent me a tweet from 2020 December.
Crazy.
From
This
you,
guy's-
This guy's out here doing CIA on me, bro.
He did a
From
CRB
you-
check on you.
From you saying
Mental.
Arteta's treatment of Saliba has been a complete and utter disgrace. Just another example of how completely out of touch his man management skills are.
Listen, I want to take that last part. I think since then his man management. I don't want to take it back. But it's
No,
improved.
don't take it back because I think there's an element of truth to that, bro. He only rated him after he had a season that you
But-
couldn't ignore.
But sometimes that's what's gonna happen.
I understand that,
Sometimes
Yeah.
at the certain time, this player might not be for you.
Okay.
You know that, but we were
Yeah,
speaking
yeah,
as
no,
well.
it's true.
Sometimes the player's not for you.
Yeah.
And like I didn't sign him, he's not my player, he's
Yeah.
not part of my mind. But then he goes and proves you wrong.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can put your hands up. If you're a good manager,
you could say
happens all the
Nala.
time.
No, you're right. But then now going back to what he was saying, like, could that now be a factor into whether or not he wants to stay at the club?
No,
Because now
because
he might be
yeah,
feeling
but-
like he's being forced to stay there
No,
a little
because,
bit.
nah,
You know what I
because
mean?
now it seems like Saliba's happy.
He's got
he
the
got a
cars,
home
bro.
here.
Yeah.
I've been at the games, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's the Saliba chant is the loudest
Yeah.
chant in the
Winning-
stadium.
and here's the thing, winning-
Everyone loves
winning
him.
cures everything.
The way
Exactly.
the way fans talk about him, the way Saliba's talking in the press conference and interviews, he's at home. here.
Obviously,
Nah, because the love you're showing him is mad.
The only thing is, if Real Madrid comes in with a supermax
That's the
offer,
thing.
it's GG.
I think it's
bro.
done.
Come on.
I think
100 mil. We'll take give us 100 mil.
They'll pay it.
But I don't think it would even be 100 million. He's got 2 years on his deal.
Bro, for fun, yeah, but
Yeah,
fun.
but it's okay. But
2022 is crazy, bro.
Contract makes a big
We'll sign
difference.
it, we'll
If
sign
you only
it,
got
yeah.
2-year deal and then end of this season, what, it's 1 year left?
Plus, he's getting paid what 30,000.
That's
They'll pay
mad.
100 million.
Yeah,
for him.
bro.
Yeah.
No, but my thing, yeah, I want to give flowers to Ben White as well, you know.
Go ahead.
As a right back.
Well,
I think
yeah, go
he's
on.
been shut down for us at right back. And obviously, a centre back that moved to right back. So obviously, even I think I was reading something regarding that he wasn't fit to play right back as well. Like he doesn't have that 9 minutes. That's why he comes off like 80th minute.
And
And I
Tommy
feel like
comes on,
now,
what a great replacement.
you're seeing the burst, like the amount of times he's making the overlaps from now. Like I think he's
Got the
starting to
assist
get
as well.
back onto.
I agree,
being a full
but at
right
the
back.
same time, right? I
Like
look
the
at
test he's even had.
Zinchenko is an inverted fullback.
Yeah.
Right? He does that. He basically plays in midfield for
Yeah.
you guys. I think eventually, like we're talking about, Ben White needs to move into the middle. I think Arsenal will need a guy who can overlap Saka. And like I saw, Saka is,
I
so
agree
intelligent.
completely.
His IQ is Saka.
Unreal.
Is very like diverse.
Yeah.
I feel like on Twitter, for example, a lot of people are on and off about him, but I think he's so smart. But he's getting double teamed. He got out of them a lot. But I think if you have a flying fullback right
and
next to
he's,
Saka,
and he's not had that at all.
Exactly,
Tommy Asu
yeah.
last season, who's in my head is a centre back. Tommy Asu is not someone that's gonna. He wasn't overlapping him, or like when he is doing it, it's not natural. Ben White, same thing. He's a centre
right.
back.
And that's why you can double team Saka.
Saka's been
yeah.
playing by himself more or less.
Yeah.
They're double teamed, like
Yeah.
you're saying,
Because
and
Ben
he's
White's
still
not a
performing.
threat like that.
Yeah.
He's still performing very well.
Yeah, it's true.
Give him a fullback that's a flying fullback. So that's
And it will change. It will
It'll-
be, it's
now
a game changer.
Saka,
still.
I saw.
It'll be a
I mean,
game changer. Yeah.
we've got to move on, but just I see some another tweet about Saliba, so I got to mention it. Star Player, you said a couple months ago on 5th of August, I think it must have been after the first game, Saliba's making my cock hard.
No cap.
That's crazy.
It's still
Fair
hard.
enough.
Still hard now.
Fair
But
enough.
before we move on, yeah,
Go on.
can we speak about Spurs?
Go on. Yeah, actually, I think, okay, before, Emerson Royale.
Is one of the worst
Did you
players
see
I've
his,
ever
see
seen.
his
in the world.
Instagram story before the gameplay?
You need a receipt, bro. You need, go dig up a receipt for that
Yeah,
£800,000 you spend, bro.
It's on him.
Did you see that Instagram story?
And to watch what? Hakimi as well. To watch Hakimi
Bro.
as well.
Yeah.
Mental, man.
He watched this
Crazy.
Hakimi, bro. He went to watch clips of him, bro.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. They sent the videos of me instead. They must have sent the videos of
He
you
was doing
instead.
the Liban dance in his
It's crazy.
story.
Yeah, that's the. You know me. I got
He's
a
a
little
stripper.
loose
You know what's
waist,
crazy,
It's
right?
time to play Jed Spence, surely.
Bro, I look at him and Nelson Schmidt. These guys were former Barcelona right backs.
Yeah.
Bro, that club has been through it.
Oh,
If these are the
yeah,
guys
yeah,
that
they've
they're
been
sending over to
through
the
it.
Prem,
Yeah,
bro.
they've been through it. I
My
still can't lie
days,
to you.
Emerson is
Yeah.
horrible.
But you're right though. They need to start Jed Spence. I can't lie. I don't know
They
why
gotta
he.
start
And can we
Bissouma
also,
too,
Yeah.
bro.
can we also
Yeah,
talk
true.
about thing
Yeah.
as
Bissouma
well?
as well.
We can talk about the hothead that everyone talks, the aggressive guy, Christian
Romero.
Yeah, what about
The
him?
way, bro, the way
you
they
guys are getting
rave
on,
about it, bro.
No,
solid,
he's done
he's
it.
solid.
He's
I can't lie. He's
He's
solid.
good.
I
He's
can't lie.
tough for
He's
Arsenal.
solid.
He's tough for Arsenal.
He's
He's
solid.
good. He's good.
He's
but the way,
solid.
no, but the way these men were talking about him,
Yeah.
like he's a world beater.
I think he's
No, no,
really
no,
good.
no.
I think.
But are you
bro,
talking about?
He had a bad game. He had a bad game.
We were just too good at the game, but Romero starts for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think so too.
As a left, but okay, we've not seen him in a back four. He looks very good in the back five.
You watch him for Argentina, right?
Yeah.
Does he? What does he play in the back four?
He plays amazing in the back four,
In the
but
back
he
four,
plays
right?
amazing
Yeah.
for Argentina. But it's international
Of
level. Like
course,
that's
different, man.
Yeah.
I like Romero a lot. I can't
I've-
defend him
I've-
too much. I can't defend him too much because he had a howler this weekend.
Yeah, he did.
Honestly,
Yeah,
Obviously,
he did.
it's reactionary, but
He
for
did,
me,
he did
it's,
it still.
for me, it's like throughout the whole since he's been here. Obviously, even on previous episodes, I was speaking highly about Romero, but then I'm like, you know, when people stop over talking about overhyping, actually,
but it's
certain
Spurs too. They
players,
only have 4 players that can really hype
I'm like,
up to
just
a level.
relax.
Then they start getting into
relax.
Højbjerg and
it's
stuff
true,
like
yeah,
that.
it's true.
Okay, let's talk about Liverpool. Liverpool Brighton.
Leandro Hazard.
Anfield. Anfield, Liverpool Brighton.
Yeah.
Trossard, masterclass, hat trick. Trent, disaster class.
Can I just say this, right? Everyone talks about the Rashford game with Trent from a few years back.
Yeah.
That Mitoma guy, that's his name, right? I believe it's Mitoma.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
good player.
I think he
Japanese guy,
just outdid Rashford's game in like 15 minutes. So I didn't even start.
Yeah.
Bro, he had Trent dancing, bro. He had Trent on his knees, bro.
Yeah.
The things he did to
wasn't
Trent
good. It was-
Alexander-Arnold
it didn't
this
look good.
weekend,
It didn't look
I'll
good.
never tell, bro.
You know, is it? Trent's that. You know, Trent is a very. You know, is a very difficult conversation.
It is because for me,
It's such a
for me,
difficult
for me,
conversation
he's
to have.
obviously very great,
Yeah.
very good football player.
Yeah, yeah,
World-class fullback going
And
forward.
I still think most teams in Premier League will take. I think every team in Premier League,
Yeah,
every single team will take
it.
it.
That's the thing.
So it's like,
You know, with Trent, yeah, because it's like with Klopp, I agree with him about his view on Trent.
yes,
And
how
Southgate, I agree with him.
Southgate, I wasn't
On-
familiar with your game,
but,
bro.
but this is the thing, though. I agree with both managers.
Yeah.
Because it all comes down to how you set up your team and how you want to play. Southgate saying that Trent is not, he doesn't like Trent doesn't have as good all round game as
That's
Trippier.
nonsense. That's
No, but I agree with that, bro. Because you know what it is, if you look at the way England play, yeah, defensive low block, you want a defender, like you want a fullback that's more defensively
But
sound.
Trippier, bro, I remember when they used to
Yeah.
call this guy Strippier, bro. Like, this guy's not a world-class defender
but
either,
he
bro.
is definitely his all round game is definitely much
more
better.
complete.
because he's more mature.
complete,
Because
it's
he's
more-
mature.
yeah,
He's older
that's-
now.
and-
Like he's
and-
experienced stuff. He's gone to Spain and played. He's like he played for that.
Yeah, facts.
Under Simeone,
Yeah.
like, he's experienced. He's just a more mature player.
And also,
Trent
I
is still a
think
young player who's just
Yeah.
so good technically that he hasn't really had to work on that defensively that much. And to be fair, he's had great defensive performances. In this what I think about football fans, it's just fickle. It's sport fans in general. In the last 4 years, he's won everything. He's done everything. He's won everything in club football.
yeah.
2 bad months at the start of the season.
And everyone's talking like
This
he's.
is the way I
There's
look
no
at it.
win in football, is there?
He is the Harry Maguire on that Liverpool side.
Nah, it's not.
In
No,
terms of-
it's
no,
not.
no, no, in terms of-
He's
no,
like
no, no,
Rashford of that
no, no,
Liverpool
no,
side.
no,
Yes,
you're not-
yeah,
you're not
yeah,
right.
because
But
he's done
no,
so
no,
much, but like,
no,
yeah.
not let me land. I'm not saying
Of course.
Harry Maguire because he's shit. I'm
No,
not
no,
saying
no.
that. I'm
He's a
saying
scapegoat.
Scapegoat. It
Scapegoat.
don't matter
Yeah,
what
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Like, bro, no one spoke about Fabinho. I think he's been so
He's been
bad.
cooked for a year. He's been cooked for
Bro,
12
he's
months.
been
He's
cooked.
declining. He's been declining. But
Bro, he's been awful. It's not even like at least with Trent,
He
you've
looks
got games
so
where
tired.
you've got games where Trent has took over.
yeah, but with
Fabinho,
Fabinho,
he's hiding, bro.
no, but do you
looks
agree?
shattered.
He's leggy. He can't move. That's
Yeah,
the
like,
thing.
he
bro.
looks like a declining. I'll be real.
He-
looks like
the last
declining.
12 months
But
he's been like
It's
that.
awful,
But
bro.
well, I think we mentioned this yesterday as well. Do you think it's him, or do you think it's the guys that are playing next to him?
But this is what
It's
this is,
horror.
bro. This is
It is
everything
that.
I'm going back to.
Yeah.
I go back to that point.
Yeah.
Football defending in 2022 is system based.
Yeah.
It's no long. Well, it is, but like for the most part, the system is more important than the individual.
Yes.
But Liverpool's system, which has been so elite over the last few years, like
Yeah.
Trent in the past hasn't been asked to defend 1v1 as much as he would at any other club because the system is Henderson drops deep for him.
Yeah,
and
facts.
then Trent basically has complete creative license.
He's the highest player on the
He's
pitch.
the number one
Yeah,
creator
yeah.
on Liverpool. A fullback is the the primary creator on a football
And
club.
one of the-
That's
one of the
unheard
highest
of.
best creators in the league.
Right,
Yeah,
but
facts.
now you're getting to a point now where Liverpool, this is why I go back, they need to replace players. Henderson is cooked.
Yeah,
he's
he's
cooked
cooked.
in
He's finished.
2022
He's finished.
anymore.
Milner,
He can't do the job
finished.
anymore the same way he could.
Yeah.
Van Dijk is no longer the impenetrable defender that he was a few years. He's still world class, but he's not impenetrable.
Yeah, it's facts.
Matip
facts.
is his injury. You can't trust him. His fitness.
Yeah.
So I just look at that whole Fabinho, bro. The guy can't run anymore. So
Yes.
now you're slowly but surely exposing Trent to more 1v1 situations where, let's be honest, he's not a world class defender.
Yeah.
He's actually a very poor one. But a good system hides that.
Yeah.
And Trent is good enough that
Yeah.
that you take that chance.
Yeah.
He's in a position now that I think he's a victim of Liverpool's system completely
Bro.
just exposing.
I was dying because
But you're looking at Salah, for example. Salah's fell off a cliff this year too.
Yeah, facts.
They haven't talked about him as much.
facts.
Yeah,
that
it's true.
like I said, you could name.
Salah's
You
got
could
one goal
probably
this season, I think.
Yeah.
Might have one goal this season.
Yeah, one goal.
Two,
One
I
goal.
think.
One
Two,
or
I think.
two. Was
Two.
it one or
Scored
two?
against
Something like
United
yeah,
against-
something like yeah.
like there's only
No, it might be one. It might be one because
There's
Darwin. Yeah.
Fulham.
No, Darwin scored against. No,
He
they
scored
it was
against
2-2.
Fulham and
You're right,
Bournemouth.
They
yeah.
assisted each other. Yeah.
No, not Bournemouth. He scored
No, he
against
didn't score against
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth because that's when I dropped Salah because they won 9-0. He didn't
What's
score
his
against
first goal of the season against us?
No, against Fulham.
Scored the
He
first
scored-
one.
There is two goals.
Fulham United.
Yeah.
Okay,
But deep, he has 2 goals. This is a player last
two is still
year.
poor. Like, you
Yeah,
think
but
about
last
it,
year he
like-
had 20 something,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
did 15 in like January.
Yeah,
bro,
it's true. It's true.
Christmas.
Yeah.
You haven't even hit Christmas. Salah's struggling, bro. Hey, yo.
It's not good, but also, can we at least talk about Trossard? Hat-trick at Anfield. First place score hat-trick at Anfield in the league since Arshavin.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's a good stat.
4.
Yeah, no, but Trossard is a very good player. still.
Can I ask you a
Very
question?
good.
Can I ask you a question?
Very
Dida?
underrated as well. Yeah.
Would you take Trossard or Sancho at United?
I would take right now. Yeah,
You
I
know
would
how
take
crazy
Trossard.
that
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah, yeah.
You were defending him and you're willing to take Trossard.
No,
over
but you know what it is though. This is the thing though. Like it's
question.
that's a good question, but at the same time, again, it comes down to the system the manager wants to play and what type of player. I think Trossard would be amazing at United. I think he has the qualities that he could fit in on
He's
the left.
something completely different.
It's completely different. He goes at players. He takes players on. He's you know what I mean. He's got goals in his game.
I don't
But-
disagree.
But
But I think that's ridiculous. That you're right, but I
Yeah.
think that's ridiculous. The fact that we're willing to take Brighton wingers over a guy we paid 72 million pounds for to be the guy. That's
then,
crazy to me.
It's all circumstantial as well, though. Like this
But
is
bro,
the
how
thing,
many
'cause-
how many wingers are on the? I don't want to
Yeah.
make this a whole Sancho thing.
Yeah,
Right?
of
How many teams in the Premier League can you go to their winger and say, hey, I'd rather have Sam Maximan over him. I'd rather have Diaz over him. I'd rather have Trossard over him.
Do you know what it is as well, though? You
It's a
take
lot of teams.
It's hard because then imagine like it's very difficult. You know why? Trossard could come to United and you know what it is, yeah, and we probably know as well with United, yeah. How many times, bro, have we sold players? They've gone on to be better than what they were.
Yeah,
at
that's
club,
true.
And then we're like,
That's
oh,
true.
it's a Man United.
That's
It's the Man
true.
United effect.
Yeah.
Like you guys just ruin players. It's like that. So I feel like Trossard coming, especially post Ferguson. Trossard coming to United. I'll be real with you, bro. I'm not saying he would struggle because of his ability. I think he would just struggle because we are genuinely shit. Like right now, obviously we're trying to
just
rebuild something.
suck the ability out of
You're
players.
right, but
the ability.
Anthony looks better than Sancho. He's
Yeah.
only been here a few games. Martial and Rashford look
But
better than
I'll
Sancho.
be real. Sancho, I mean, Anthony's had a bit
No,
questionable.
I'm not 100% sold on him either.
I'm
but,
not
like,
100%
he's
sold on him
showing-
at the moment as well.
I agree
Yeah,
completely,
yeah, yeah.
but he's showing me more than Sancho.
Yeah,
right
no,
now.
facts,
he is.
100% facts.
Back to Trossard, I take him at United. I take Trossard.
And
United,
also
yeah.
finally Liverpool, Firmino got 2 goals.
Yeah.
Nunes, is he? Obviously he came on as a sub, but
Bro, they were chanting at the end of the game. You're just a
Man.
shit Andy Carroll.
Nunes,
That's
man.
crazy. I don't know how Nunes' English is, bro. but-
Man,
You had him-
Nunes, you know me, I got a
Charges-
you're a hater, innit? You're a hater. It was Nunes and who Fabio Vieira you're hating on. I haven't seen this since Fabio. He scored Fabio.
Fabio scored. I can't lie to you. He shut me. He shut me up that day.
You
so
watched Fabio
I was like,
Vieira
fair.
before?
No, never watched. No, you know what you mean? You know what I do, bro?
You're a crazy
Yeah,
hater.
yeah, I'm crazy hater. Like I just like, you know what it is? If I see too much hype and too many man like I know get too excited,
You gotta come down a level.
Now that's it. Now I'm onto you. I'm onto you for no reason. Darwin Nunes is out of pettiness. The fact that he went to Liverpool instead of us, that's what it drove. I was like, you know what? Cool.
Yeah.
You know
You
the
got
thing
an
for
enemy
me,
now,
the
that's
thing
it.
for me though with Darwin Nunez, Liverpool have never played with like an out-and-out striker like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So from the start, I was like, how is he gonna fit at Liverpool?
Yeah.
And now Salah has to go wider. It hurts his game. Midfield has to look different because you don't have like a guy who. It's just
You don't have a-
completely
you don't have a
different.
creative
Bro,
midfielder.
they've played with Firmino, Mane as a false
Yeah.
nine, Jota, Diaz is not Diaz. Nunez is like
Yeah.
some unknown commodity.
Yep.
Right. Like they've never played with that kind of profile.
Yeah.
It's so different.
It's bro.
Bro, they're giving him what were they saying? Quinn Cook numbers, bro. Last 2 minutes, Darwin Nunez go get a run out, bro. That's crazy. They giving their 85 million pounds. Quinn Cook.
Oh my.
Shout out Quinn Cook, but hey,
Nah, but you know what it is though? He's right because you know with that front three, yeah.
crazy.
You like that reference?
You put any.
I like that.
You liked it. You liked it.
Sorry.
You know the front three, Liverpool front three. You can put any combination, yeah, and it just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
It just doesn't
It's
look
true.
right. The only thing that looks probably the closest is probably for me, maybe if you have Diaz, Jota, and Salah.
No,
That
so
might
no,
be
I'll be
one of
real.
the-
Firmino, Salah,
or maybe even Firmino.
No,
Slight
literally,
Firmino
I
in there.
think that Darwin Núñez signing was just to say, Firmino, you're going to be back on.
Yeah.
Run that
Bro,
shit back.
Firmino went nuts.
Yeah.
Arguably, Firmino and Alisson have been Liverpool's best players this season.
Alisson is
Bro,
he's been keeping Liverpool afloat
He's
for the last
so
12
good,
months. He's the
man.
best
It's
goalkeeper on the
literally,
planet.
you know,
He's so
you know,
good.
you know, what it reminds me of. I'll be real. It reminds me of what Liban used to say last season about De Gea.
Yeah.
In terms of,
Yeah.
if we didn't have him goal, it would have been 6-7
It would've been
week
worse,
in, week
But
Yeah,
out.
it's a
Alisson is
good
actually
shot.
like that. Bro,
Yeah.
like,
Should we move on to Chelsea?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
They got the win. Conor Gallagher, I don't know how.
It's not
First of all,
scripted, man.
first
Oh,
of
yeah,
all,
scripted. It must be scripted.
First of
man.
all,
Who's writing this stuff?
fake.
Premier League are happy with that one.
Yeah.
But
Writers are-
what a goal that was.
was a good
First of
goal.
all, what a goal that was.
Yeah.
Second of all, it was his first goal for Chelsea.
And it's a 90th minute as well.
I'm to
Against
last
the former
minute,
club.
and it gets. But how did he contain that? Didn't
Bro,
even
he can't even celebrate.
How did he contain that? I would have gone nuts.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like
That goal was unreal.
that's like WWE. They have the WWE writers. Premier League.
Yeah,
I,
the
I
script
genuinely feel like Premier League got the same
script
writers as
writers are
WWE.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They got the same
No,
script
you know-
writers.
you know-
I need to find those
Yeah.
writers. I need the SDS.
Yeah, I know.
That right, those writers are
They're
crazy.
crazy writers.
How many
like.
phases coming out of money's back
Everybody-
briefing?
everybody can't get me the table right now. Mental. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why randomly I thought about this like 3 days ago. It's off topic. I wish we had Jim Ross and Jerry King Lawler just commentate one
That's
football game.
Just
one football game.
That would be actually crazy.
You know I'm crying, bro. 'Cause I was watching.
Who else was there? JBL.
JBL from
JBL as
Booker
well.
Booker T was there. One.
I know, but it's always been
No, but them two are like the legends.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, Jerry Lawler
and
and
JBL.
James-
Premise
James-
surpassing them,
Michael
bro. I
Cole
can't
as
lie.
well.
Michael
Michael
Cole.
Cole's
Mark
up
Cole
there.
is big. He's big.
Yeah,
He's
big
big.
as a Michael.
Premise
Big.
surpassing them, bro.
Yeah.
That Gallagher one is a crazy storyline. That's
crazy
scripted.
storyline.
Unreal,
Yeah,
unreal.
that's-
But let's
that's
talk about the
mad.
game as well. Kepa starting goal did really well.
Mm.
You got to play with Kepa as your number one, man. First of all, he's the most successful goalkeeper of all time. Second of all, Mendy is just not it.
But guys, can we talk about? Do you guys think Thiago Silva should
Yes,
have got the red card?
yes. I was going to get on that next. Yeah,
100% I was a red card.
yeah.
I don't know how he finished that.
They watched it on VAR as well.
I don't know, bro.
That's big 6
He
bias,
moved
right?
to the ball like
VAR's bookie, bro. I don't know what
It's
they're
a
on.
myth, it's a myth,
I don't know what
it's a
I don't know
myth,
what
it's a
they're on.
myth.
but
it picks and
bookie.
chooses
It
whoever the
picks
team
and
is.
chooses. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with them, because bro, clearly you saw him put his hand on the ball and say, "Yeah, you're not going past."
And he got the assist, bro. He's out here playing left wing, assisting Aubameyang, bro.
Yeah, he got assist for Bammy, yeah.
See, so
sure.
I feel sorry for Crystal Palace though. But I feel like they got done there.
Aubameyang kind of looking different right
Oh,
now, bro.
I said this.
He might be back.
Bro, I tweeted, bro. I
He might be
tweeted
back, bro.
Bro, I tweeted this. I literally said to people are getting onto
goal scorer,
Aubameyang.
though.
Just wait till he gets his first one, and that's
I
it.
think he's a confidence player. 'Cause
Yeah,
here's
he
the
is.
thing,
He is,
right?
he is.
I had questions. I told you that I had Chelsea finishing 6th.
Yeah.
Before Tuchel got fired, I
Yeah.
said if they stick with Tuchel, they'll come 6th. I was like, is Aubameyang gonna be much different than what Lukaku was because he needs service?
Yeah.
Chelsea don't really play with a striker, but hey, that goal was lethal, bro. That's peak Aubameyang.
Didn't even
Didn't
look
even
at the goal.
yeah.
That's
Knew where it
old
was.
Aubameyang right there.
You knew where it was on the turn.
Yeah. You have to remember, bro. Last season, I tweeted this. Last season, he scored
For
20
Barca,
goals.
he was
Yeah,
hooping.
He scored
for
20
Barca.
goals in all competitions last season, and how many games did he miss throughout the season?
Bro,
Yeah,
buzz
came
cut
down.
Aubameyang, bro. It got serious.
Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, like,
He bucked his ideas up, bro.
33, like he might be 33, he might be a bit old, but that guy's got a knack for goals. But he knows where the
You
goal
know,
is.
he's-
I just can't bring it in me to give him praise.
Still
No,
hurt.
no, it's not even that. I don't care. Players
It's
go
just
anywhere.
the tweet. I know it's
No,
the tweet.
no, the video of his everyone in
Oh,
Chelsea.
it's just
Nah, come on, man.
Bro,
The
that-
kids.
and
And
he's
his
dancing.
kid's got the Arsenal
And they got
shorts.
Arsenal shorts
Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's hilarious, man. I can't lie to you. That video had me crying in tears.
You know, it's everything
the
about
music.
it.
You know, the music in the background as well. It's just everything just made it 10 times. That guy, you know, he's got.
You love him. Like, the videos that come out.
You know, I
the one
love
at the
it.
training ground,
Yeah.
everyone's fully
Yeah,
changed.
and this guy comes in late.
It's like,
Oh
yeah,
my-
Travis Scott is in the building.
Travis Scott is in the building. Was it? Show it to the guy. Show it to the guy. You know that video might be the best video from a footballer
He's
of all
not
time.
serious.
Like, he's not a serious guy.
No,
He's
no,
the captain.
I know him as well.
Yeah.
See All or Nothing doc.
Yeah.
And the way he's bopping to training. The way he's
I see
bopping. His walk, I didn't like it too much. The way he's bopping to training.
And he's the captain.
And he's wearing the gold top
You know,
gold
that's
bars.
that's the only
And
part I
gold
don't
car.
get.
You know
That's
his
what I don't
drip
get.
They give
is
the captaincy.
horrible. You know what is it? You know what
Bro,
his drip.
you see,
It's
have you seen the picture at the
absolutely
AFCON
horrendous.
Awards, bro?
Oh
The
my
African
God.
Football
Oh, yeah,
Awards.
yeah, yeah.
They're all in suits.
Yeah,
and
but-
shit.
but-
Guys,
but-
it's
you know,
first-
I give the benefit that he lost his suitcase apparently.
Come on, you can't buy a suit
But
at
I'm
the
not gonna lie to you. He's got to have a bit of Congolese in him, right?
Like,
He's got to have a bit. Of
I don't know.
He
He
has
must.
to.
I don't know, bro. I couldn't tell
Because
you.
his fits crazy.
Bro, his fits are horrible.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking
It's
about, oh, he
actually
couldn't get a
horrible.
suit, bro. He was wearing like glass shades,
Bro,
snapback,
oh my
bro.
It was all over the place. It was all over the place. But what do you think about Chelsea? Potter got his first win away from it. Selhurst Park's not an easy place to go and
Yeah.
win. Obviously, the circumstances he won it. they got the 3 points.
They got the 3 points, yeah.
They got the
That's
3
what
points.
that matters at the end.
But do they look convincing? They're
No.
going to do something good this season. Will they get that top 4? It's hard, you
I've
know.
been with Chelsea been like this for years.
Yeah, so long.
They've been like this for
But they're always like that.
years.
They're
jammy,
It's
bro.
like
We
the
haven't
jammy team.
talked
jammy,
Sharky
bro.
since
And then they'll win a trophy at the end of the season,
Bro,
and then they celebrate. I'm
Yeah.
like, you were shit all year, and then you come out with 2 trophies. How you doing?
I don't think they'll do it this year,
They're a
bro.
cup team. They're a cup team.
It's-
They are a cup
yeah,
team.
they actually are a cup team.
But
Yeah,
they were a
it's true,
cup
it's
team
true
under
still.
Tuchel. Are they
Yeah.
a cup team under Graham Potter? That's a totally
He's not-
different
he's not
commodity.
got
We haven't
experience.
talked since he got hired, right?
Yeah.
I rate the appointment. I think he's a great
I
manager.
love him.
But I think it's a 1 year thing until you really start to. I think this year's a write off. Not a write off, but they will not make the top 4 this year.
Graham Potter, the sign of Graham Potter to me told me that Chelsea are turning a new leaf and they're going for a long
They
term.
have to, otherwise.
He's a long term manager.
They signed 6 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it showed me that they're turning a new leaf.
Shall I be
So
real with you?
you can't expect instant success, and Chelsea fans need instant success. They're too used to it. That's built in them. Go on, what are you gonna say?
I'll give him 18 months.
18 months.
Damn.
Villas Boas vibes.
18 months.
Well, they got to pay him out because they
18
got to give him a big contract.
Yeah,
The thing is,
you know,
yeah.
Chelsea, they do this all the time. They do this all the time.
Do Chelsea players respect him? That's the only thing I've got to ask.
Chelsea players. I don't want to say what I was about to say. I was
Because
going to say
no,
they're
no,
nobodies,
no,
but
but
like
I'm
they
saying-
really
I'm
are,
saying-
bro. Like
But as in like, you know, like even like managers that came from different countries, whatever, like they stamp authority straight. I feel like he's frail.
Graham Potter for me strikes me as the guy.
I feel like he's the ones who are like.
He strikes me as he comes into the locker room. He's friends with everyone, bro.
Yeah,
That's
he's like-
he wants to be
he's
friends with
quiet,
everyone.
He
Yeah.
minds his own business. He does his job, goes home, and obviously.
You know, he's a psychology degree though, bro. Like he's supposedly very good at communicating with players and stuff like
fair
that.
enough.
So that he's not going to be that kind of manager that's like an iron fist.
Yeah, he's got.
but
a
he's going to be like
degree-
more
he's
of
got
the
a degree in
friend.
emotional
Yeah.
intelligence.
That's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah. So like
Okay,
he's
that's
a
smart.
smart man.
For a
Smart-
manager,
he's a smart
that's
man.
a
Yeah,
very
smart man. He's
good skill to have
coached in
still.
It's gonna take-
Sweden.
I've
He's
got
coached all
another
over the
question.
place. Championship.
You got mad questions today.
I don't know
He's
why.
full of questions.
Yeah,
man.
You know the
Man of
you know
answers.
you know with Brighton, yeah. Obviously they drew. They got that new manager
Yeah.
from Sassuolo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Apparently-
son. Is it San Sassuolo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's looking decent. Obviously, they're picking up. Do you think a lot of it goes down to Potter's system, or do you think the place they bring in?
Wait, what you
No,
mean?
Potter-
you think
Potter's
Brighton are as
turned
good as
that
they are
team.
because of?
Yeah, as in like
Potter,
how like what's the percentage of like Potter's system and but also the
Both. I think
talent
it's 50
ID,
I think
the
it's-
talent ID they brought in.
Both.
I think it's both. Yeah, yeah.
Both.
Because
like Brighton, yeah.
Brighton are a very well-run club. Like not every club can sell Basuma and who's the other guy, Kukurea in one summer. And they're fifth in the league.
and Mopai.
Yeah, that's true. There
Yeah.
you go.
And get good
And
replacements.
got rid of
as well.
Dan Burn.
Yeah.
Like,
And they
all
find
that-
guys like Caicedo for
Yeah,
5 million.
yeah, good
so
replacements,
they have a-
good
They're a
replacements,
very
yeah.
well-run club, but
It's
Potter's
like
a
how
top
Leicester
coach, yeah.
were. That was same as Leicester. They were selling all the
Shout.
best players,
Shout.
and they still top 14.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? They lost their best players, bang. So similar thing. But on
Yeah.
top of that, Graham Potter has turned that team.
No,
into a very
100%. No, that's why I asked what the percentage was.
Yeah, well, we've been talking for ages about 4 games. We're gonna speed through some of the other games, like the highlights of the weekend. Newcastle smoked Fulham. Obviously, Fulham had 10 men most of
That
the
goal
game.
from Almiron.
Crazy.
He's Jack
Crazy.
Grealish. Jack Grealish is eating his
I'll be
words
real
now.
with you, It's a bit of yeah, he is eating his words. Yeah, he
Was that-
actually has to write.
Grealish is eating his words
He
right
actually
now.
has to write him an apology. No,
it's
he should
just-
write him an apology. No,
so-
he actually has to.
I
apologize
actually
to him.
liked when
Can't lie to him.
Grealish said that. I was like, yeah, players should do this
We
more.
like
But
that,
I'm
yeah.
just like an idiot. I can't.
But that's it. But
I took that personally.
No, listen. No, but that's disrespectful though. I think that aspect of it. I think what I like is what Reece James done on the weekend. Like the lock
Tweet,
thing.
yeah.
I like that. I like players barking at each other because it's kind of like you want it to be competitive, not disrespectful, but you want that competitive nature in a sense of like, yo,
Yeah, but
I locked you today. And
Zaha
it's a
bit.
yeah, but I like that.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
felt
the game
bad. I
needs
felt
that,
bad for because Almiron, bro, is like he's not a nobody, but in
Yeah.
the grand scheme of things, he's a nobody in the.
Yeah, he
Premier
doesn't
League, right?
talk,
Like,
he doesn't
But I
know.
feel like- I feel
Yeah,
like-
nice guy. Why did Grealish go for him at all?
Yeah.
Like, he's not the worst attacker in the Premier League. by
it's
the way.
true. That is
No,
true.
but I feel like that's what pros are like. They'll cuss out. Obviously, behind closed doors, they'll cuss out.
Of course.
Yeah, players. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy to me
Yeah.
though. Like in the back of like Grealish has talked about Almiron before.
Bro, yeah,
He's been with his friends like, yo, that Almiron guy's next.
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
It had to be said in the locker room. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
But Almiron, you guys seen The Last Dance, right? And I took that personally. Almiron took that shit personally.
He took
bro.
it personally.
He had a great game. He had a great game. He also scored 2 goals. One of them was a blinder.
Oh,
But yeah, Fulham really, they had 10 men most of the
Newcastle
time.
needed that, bro.
game changed when Chalobah got
Yeah,
red
sent
card
off.
early,
Yeah,
bro. Like, I was
yeah,
like,
that changed the game.
I looked at the
basically.
score and I was like, Newcastle that good. And I watched
Newcastle
that,
needed
because
that
Fulham
too,
are
bro.
very
Because
good as
Newcastle only won 1 or 2
They
games. this
drew
year.
a lot of games as
Yeah.
well, so it wasn't looking good. But there's not really too much to say about that game. Is there anything else you want to add on to that game?
Not really.
Not really. To
Fulham-
be honest with you. I
Fulham
think
are
the
in
10
good
men.
shape.
Yeah,
It's not
10
the
men
end
made
of
a
the
difference,
world,
innit?
Yeah,
In the
Marcus
end, so,
Silva
yeah.
really couldn't do much. Another game was obviously there's another we don't really have much to say about a 0-0
I did
stalemate.
not watch a wink of that
Bournemouth
game.
Brentford
Not
0-0.
highlights, nothing. I saw it on my Sky Sports on YouTube. I said, I'm not watching that.
I'll be
That's
real.
my-
Apparently though, the
when I see
goalkeeper,
Neil, when I
the
see
ball
Neil, I don't watch it.
goalkeeper
You know.
Huh?
I'm on confess something. When I see 0-0 scorelines, I don't watch.
I don't watch it, bro. I see them.
Bro, I can't be us. Like I genuinely, if I know there's no goals in the game,
You want to watch a goalkeeper clinic?
come on,
bro.
come on, man. Allow me,
Football's cool,
man.
but I ain't dying for this shit.
Come on, man. Allow me, man.
Apparently, the Bournemouth goalkeeper Neto had a good game.
The former Barca guy.
Yeah. The Barcelona one.
Okay.
Like,
For Barca to
Brentford had
bro.
13.
Oh, wow, it's
Brentford had
crazy.
13 shots at him.
I know mad people brought Tony in on FPL.
You know, yeah.
Hold that,
I've got Tony as well. So
Hold
I
that.
Tony.
was
Hold
fuming.
that.
Yeah. I got Tony. I was fuming. Another one, West Ham Wolves. Got lots of talk about Jared Bowen.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, he put in a
Skamaka.
solid performance.
Wolves, man. Bruno Lag's been sacked since then.
Yeah.
Hold that.
Yeah, Bowen put in a performance.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you.
I didn't
man.
watch the game,
He
but
took
you guys
the
got
England
let me know.
criticism personally,
Yeah.
and he
Bro,
took
the
that
goal
into
was
the
it the
game.
goal he scored, bro?
Oh,
Some
unreal.
hezzy,
Unreal.
bro. Oh my, I did not know you had that in your game,
yeah,
bro.
bro. It was
I owe you an
unreal.
apology.
Yeah.
But Skamaka, hey,
Yeah.
the day of the big man striker is
Yeah.
back, bro.
Yeah.
Mitro, Haaland, Skamaka,
Yeah.
Ivan
Yeah.
Toney.
Jesus.
Drogba's smiling
not
from his
big
house.
man
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Like, I can't like this.
That's for a minute.
There's a resurgence, bro.
Yeah, it's the return of the nines.
Yeah.
That's what
Skamaka.
it is.
What about
It's the
Nunes?
return of the nines, huh?
I love it.
I don't know. Nunes not involved.
Skamaka,
Nunes outside the club, still waiting to get in. He's still waiting to get in. They're like, chill, man. Chill.
His heights are fugazi.
High
We're wearing
capacity.
stilts,
We're
bro.
full
That-
capacity. We're waiting for
that's
someone
what
to
it is,
leave
bro.
first, then you can come in.
Skamaka though, bro, he giving me Zlatan vibes on the
Yeah.
lowest of low
Way he
keys.
strikes the ball. Oh my
He's
days.
got a good strike on him. I
Giving
can't
me
lie.
Zlatan vibes, low key.
He's good.
But it's finally though. Finally, David Moyes switched up like the front three.
This is what I was saying. Someone was asking me, what do you think about West Ham? Why aren't they doing well? And like, David Moyes is a great coach, but he's always played a certain brand of football. I remember Everton. Long ball to Fellaini,
Yeah.
chest it down to Tim Cahill.
yeah.
Tim Cahill,
Yeah.
goal. Even at United, bro. Remember
Yeah.
the game where United put in 90 crosses or something against
Yeah,
Fulham
yeah, yeah.
was under him.
Yeah, it's true.
And in the past under West Ham, it's been Souček, it's been Antonio, but now you got guys like Skamaka, Paqueta. You have to change the way you play. You have to be more
'Cause
expressive.
these are your big money signings. You got to
Yeah,
cater
yeah,
to
yeah.
them.
Bro, 100%. You're trying to keep Declan Rice. Declan Rice is not going to stay at a club that plays hoofball for the rest of his
Was
career.
Mikel Antonio on the bench?
I think he came on.
He came on, yeah. He came on.
I think it was
He came on,
Skamaka
he came on,
up
he
front.
came on.
Yeah, he
But
came
you're
on.
going to have to adapt the way you
Allow
play.
him.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's going to have to leave because West Ham are trying to move to a certain point now where
Yeah,
they want
yeah.
to be expressive. They
Yeah.
have guys like Paqueta's not trying to play hoofball, bro.
Yeah.
He plays with Neymar Brazil. Neymar one weekend,
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Souček the next week. Come on, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Still.
And Bruno Lag's
You're
been
right.
sacked. Do you think it's fair?
One win
Yeah.
in his last 15 Premier League games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was overdue. It was long overdue still. I
A
can't
little
lie to
wave
you.
at Old
Yeah.
Trafford. He got gas. Bro.
Yeah.
You're not that guy. Hold that. That gift was cold, but hold that.
Yeah, nah. He was overdue. I can't lie. Still.
Yeah.
Overdue. Yeah.
Do you think has it been announced who again, or is it rumored?
They're
No,
trying
it's
to
done.
get. They're
It's-
trying to get Ruben Amorim from
Yeah,
Scotland.
is it a
love
Portuguese
it.
Another
manager?
Portuguese.
They need to get their Portuguese manager. It has to be a Portuguese.
What do you think
brother.
about this shout, though? Pochettino to Wolves.
Not a bad shout, you know.
I like
Boy,
that.
But he doesn't
Project.
speak. Does he speak Portuguese? He doesn't speak Portuguese though.
Wait,
They can speak Spanish.
close enough.
They can speak Spanish.
You know how crazy it is? An
Yeah.
English club. They require you to speak Portuguese, bro.
They communicate. They
Listen,
communicate.
Wolves is a set of criteria. If you're not from,
Yeah. I still don't. I still can't believe how they get away with that.
yeah,
They could fill the whole start 11 Portugal United.
it's mad.
crazy.
It's mad.
Remember the red
Did they
gold,
do
red
it?
and
I think
green
they did it.
shirt?
Did they do it for a game?
I don't know if they started. I think at some
They
point.
don't have. They don't have Portuguese centre backs.
Bro, wallahi, they could start a whole 11. I think I saw it.
Nah,
can, but
I think the
the-
center backs
oh,
were
for-
like
no,
Collins
No,
and
sorry.
what's his
It
name?
was the whole midfield and attack was Portuguese.
Yeah,
Yeah, that I can
That's
see.
what it was. That's what
You
it
can
was.
play the
yeah.
fullbacks. You can play the thingy.
It was against Tottenham as well.
Yeah,
It was
against
like
Tottenham,
midfield
Sil-
onwards.
yeah, it was Moutinho, Neves, and Neves, Nunes. Yeah,
Nunes,
yeah.
yeah.
Imagine they had Vitinha at one point as well.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, it's
it's
mad.
mad, it's mad.
What other games were there? Leeds Villa, another 0-0 game, but Leeds
Sinistero
had
got red
10
card,
men.
man.
Sinistero red card.
Yeah, Villa came close. I saw one.
Oh, before
Coutinho
quickly
scored
move
a
on
goal.
to this, on the Wolves game, before we go on to it, obviously Hasib sent me another tweet from Leas.
For me, what did I say? I think I gassed up Bruno Lag. If that's,
Yeah, yes,
I
it
think I've
is.
gassed him up in the past.
Back in January, in a reply,
Yeah, I remember.
to Rambo, he said Bruno Lag, dark horse for manager of the year.
He was doing really well at that point.
Yeah.
Transformed the side many thought was Nunes was overachieving.
Listen, man. First half of the season last year, he was cooking on the low, and then hey, the heat just got a little too high.
Yeah.
The soup overflowed. It happens, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, bro.
All right, Leeds, Villa. Leeds had 10 men for the game. Villa, what's Villa just
I'll
done?
be real with you. You see this brother,
Gerard.
Gerard.
Aura hype. Aura hype.
Aura. That's all it is. That's all it is for him.
Rita Aura.
Just,
Even
she might be a better manager than him. I'll be real. She might be a better manager than him because he stinks. I'll be real. Gerard stinks, bro.
man.
There's nothing like, bro. You know what it is? At least with managers, yeah, you can at least like when things are not going, at least see that they're trying to do something new. I don't see this brother doing nothing.
That's what happens.
Nothing,
That's what
like,
obviously the Invincibles in Rangers.
Yeah.
Bro,
Let
you can
people
manage.
know.
You can
No, but
manage
that's
Rangers
what I'm
and
saying,
win a
that's what I'm
Scottish
No,
Cup.
no, that's chill.
I'll be real. You can win the Scottish Cup though.
That's chill.
Hey, respect his game, bro.
I'm respected, but obviously
I'm respected.
the way-
That's you know that's a crazy line.
cool.
You're cool.
What?
You said I'm respected.
No, I didn't say I'm respecting him. I said.
Oh, I'm respecting. I said, yeah, that's cold.
Is FM?
No, I said that's cold. That's a cold. I'm respecting. Yeah.
I'm not that delusional, but what do you call it? Obviously, going from Scottish League to Prem and then thinking you can do a job, and then obviously Aston Villa.
Bro, he left Rangers, then Bronkhorst going to Europa League finals.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And obviously that's unlucky on that Diego Carlos tearing his what?
Lucky, bro. That guy's a bum. I can't lie.
I know he is, but what do you call it?
He's a foul merchant. They shouldn't be giving away penalties all the time. Innit?
They shouldn't be that bad.
No, you look at the players.
And the way how many players they signed as well. The money,
How much money they invested, bro?
A lot.
You look at guys like Coutinho's not at the peak of his career anymore, but Coutinho,
Fana.
Buendia.
Oh no, Kamara. I mean, Kamara.
Yeah.
He's a proper player.
Yeah, but they go for free though.
Leon Bailey.
But he's a proper player.
Yeah, but they got
But I want Jared to get
all the big money spending. Like, bro, how much players have they spent over the last 2 summers?
Honestly, I want Jared.
Money. They spent the Grealish money worse than Spurs spent the Bale money.
100%.
We're talking about.
I agree. I think they topped it. They actually.
They were gassing that Danny Ings signing, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't seen that guy in a minute.
But listen, they lost. They drew the game, but they couldn't beat a 10-man Leeds. So another impressive game actually. Everton beat Southampton away.
That's a proper manager. You know that Frank Lamps.
I owe you an apology.
That's my guy.
I owe you an apology. I wasn't familiar with your game.
Even
a couple of men were saying Frank Lampard to get sacked.
I said that.
Everything
I hold my hands
under
up.
the radar though. Like everything's been like, bro. Like we was talking about this as well, bro. Like signing of Cody,
and
Tarkowski. Like
they bought 2 leaders at centre back. They got both of them in.
yeah.
Two
it's
proper-
Look at the
transformed
guy
the
they
team.
signed in
Captains of
midfield.
both their
Who's the
teams.
midfielder they
Onana.
signed?
And they got just
Iwobi, you might add Iwobi to that as well.
He has transformed Iwobi, bro.
No, that midfield three of Gay, Onana, and Iwobi. I love it.
Yeah,
I genuinely, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, that's a proper midfield.
Facts. That midfield there, and I think we were talking about yesterday.
You got
You're
a
right. It might be.
It's better than United.
Might be one of the
It's
best midfields in
Well,
Better than United.
you got a DM. You got a
What you say
DM.
me for?
Literally,
It's some crazy straight.
Yeah. No. It's a
really
proper
good.
midfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dwight McNeil finally got his first goal.
You're naming me names though, right? I want to be as respectful as possible.
Yeah.
Everton do not have good players,
No.
bro. Like you look at their squad.
By the way, don't do that. You play him next week.
No, they might beat us, but this is just to big up
That
Frank
midfield-
They beat us
Lampard.
last season as well, sir.
They beat us last season.
But that's the point. I want to give as much
Newcastle
credit as possible to Frank Lampard because I look at their team. I don't think they have a great team. I still think they have one of the worst squads in the league, but he's making miracles with that team, bro.
I mean,
Miracles.
star players said back in January. Steve sent it to me again, by the way. People thought Lampard had the game plan. He's just pure vibes.
Was this 2011?
No, this is 2011.
2011?
Like,
He was still a player in 2011. What are you talking
2021,
about?
It was pure vibes back then.
You know he was a player in 2011.
I went
2011.
I went 2021.
Yeah,
It was vibes.
huh?
That's just Chelsea times, right?
I don't know. It was January 2021. It was a while ago.
It can't be
It was
Chelsea.
a while ago.
2021, he was a man.
He might have been
January.
Chelsea. He might have been
2021.
2021 was
January.
he was
Chelsea. He might have been Chelsea.
2020. It might have been maybe.
No, he did because he signed Dele Alli in January.
2020.
but
2021.
Yeah.
Was he
Oh,
manager?
he wasn't man. I don't think he was even manager.
Why? So why'd you tweet it?
Was it Chelsea? Oh,
Yeah,
but that's 2021 though.
He said
this tweet was January 20. This is season 2020. 2021.
January 2022.
Bear
So
in
this
mind,
January,
too.
that's when.
Oh,
Oh, so he
2021.
was manager. He was manager at Everton then. January 2022.
No, the
in
tweet was
2021.
January 2021.
Was he still
So then
Chelsea
he
manager?
wasn't manager then.
Tuchel, it might have been
He wasn't
just
manager.
before Tuchel.
I think it was
Yeah,
Tuchel
it was.
came in
It
January.
was Chelsea.
Yeah, it must have been just
Tuchel
before.
came in,
Yeah.
So
Tuchel
when is
got
that
sacked, you
Chelsea?
were
It's
right.
probably against you guys, to be honest with you. When you beat
Chelsea,
Chelsea,
Chelsea, yeah.
Your tweet was right. Yeah, it was pure vibe back then. That's
Yeah,
before.
Chelsea.
That's before he got sacked.
guys, remember,
Some legend.
You can even see old school, early doors thingy. How much was I cussing? I was cussing Lampard. I said Ole and Lampard, both of them. I said they're pure vibes.
Yeah.
And I said Arteta will outlast both of them. I said that back in the days.
Yeah.
As soon as he went to Everton, I was like, this is a club.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. So I'm looking at the Southampton Everton. I didn't watch the full game in it, but I didn't even notice. Ainsley Maitland-Niles started in midfield that game.
For Southampton.
Yeah.
Maitland-Niles versus
Got a
Iwobi
6.5,
midfield battle,
Got
bro.
subbed off.
How do you feel about that? Maitland-Niles and Iwobi midfield battle.
They came
Damn,
up together
bro.
in the academy. I watched them play together at Meadow Park. I watched them play together
That's
at the
crazy.
academy.
Wow.
But
And then Iwobi's up performing.
But
But
that's two
Maitland-Niles,
different
yeah. Maitland-Niles just. I feel like he just ruined his own career, man.
100% ruined it.
He got into the England team playing at fullback.
But
I remember that. He went to play midfield.
played
Yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
Bro,
England.
he's one of the funniest. I think he's one of the most unintentional, funniest footballers.
Bro,
I've
he's the
ever
best
He is,
penalty.
he is.
He's low-key the best penalty taker
Oh,
on the
he's
planet,
unreal.
bro. His penalties are nuts.
Bro, remember that video of pre-season when he played Barcelona, and then he did the back pass.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like,
Yeah, why is he gonna come off his line, bro?
the way he came with the constant, I was like, yo, this guy is hilarious. You can't take the hood at him. Like, you can't take the hood at him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All the time.
But
But no,
yeah.
credit Lampard, bro. He's building a squad that, like, I look at Southampton, right? That's Southampton squad for me. Again, doesn't have great players,
Yeah.
but they always manage to stay up.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Lampard can make Everton into that team. Because you look at all the big names that Benitez had signed, Ancelotti had signed. James is gone. Haaland just
all
left
gone.
recently.
Even- yeah,
Dele
yeah,
Alli's
yeah,
in
yeah.
Turkey now.
Yeah.
Van de Beek went back to
There's a
United.
certain profile of players he's going for, and
Right,
a lot of
bro.
them are they're workhorses.
They're not great. They're not huge
They're
names,
not huge names, but they're
they-
workhorses.
yeah.
And I think like you said, with McNeil, you've got Gordon who runs a lot.
Mopai.
You got Mopai who's another runner.
Yeah.
Then you got the midfield of Onana, Iwobi, and these are all like.
Yeah.
They're all runners. Everyone in the team are runners. And then you got the leaders of Connor Cody. And bear in mind,
captains at
they
centre
never
back.
spent a single penny for these two players, by the way. Tarkowski on a
Cody's a really
free.
good signing.
Connor Cody's on loan.
Patterson's second
So,
year as well. He's
you
looking
know what I mean?
decent.
It's a solid business. I
Pickford
think,
as
you
these
know what I mean?
games returns like prime
And,
Neuer.
and
bro.
Pickford's a good goalkeeper as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a good keeper. And finally, didn't watch this game, but this was today.
Oh, yeah.
Leicester beat Nottingham Forest 4-0. Madison 2 goals. You're a big fan of James Madison?
Madison, two
You guys
goals,
have to
one
tell
assist,
me
man.
what happened because I didn't watch today's game still.
Yeah,
Madison
4-0
free
Leicester.
kick. He scored. I think one open play deflection goal,
Okay.
and then a free
What was the
kick.
score?
4-0.
Their first win.
4-0.
That's Leicester's first win.
What do you think
Oh,
of Dean
wow.
Henderson?
Huh?
What do you
Yeah,
think
and
of
they're
Dean
rock bottom,
Henderson?
remember? That's
not
their
looking
first
good,
win of
bro.
the season.
It's not looking good still.
This is a relegation
Yeah.
6 point that game was.
Yeah. It's not looking good for him.
19th versus 20th. That was.
Lingard,
Yeah.
is that the worst career move in history?
It's a money move.
It's a year, right?
It's a money move.
I don't know what it is, but yo,
It's
going
only- it's a 1 year deal. And how much is it? How much money is it?
bro, you better be getting paid 100 racks a week, bro,
Yeah,
because
well,
he
yeah,
had
something
that
like that.
he had that West Ham deal waiting for him now.
Yeah.
For a whole year, it was
Yeah.
waiting for him. And he said, "Nah, I'm gonna go to
Not good for a year.
Nottingham Forest, bro."
For a year, you know.
This is the
That's
thing.
crazy.
I keep saying it, right? And I almost got fooled by Nottingham Forest this year. Promoted teams, stop trying to buy 23 players in your first window back.
Yeah, it's bad.
Bro, this is
said
Fulham
this.
2018-19. Remember
Yeah.
they signed Sari or whatever his name was, and
Yeah,
they were saying,
Sarri,
"Oh, they're
yeah.
gonna be gas." Bro, this is what happens. Go trust the players that brought you up.
Yeah.
Wait a year, stay up, play good football, and then okay, you can build from
exactly.
there, bro.
And maybe add like 1, 2, 3 faces that might
For-
actually improve.
Forest
you
are
know,
trying to
but
sign Brazil internationals, bro. Know
Literally.
yourself, know your worth, bro. You're
Yeah.
not at that level.
You know,
bro.
you can't. It's like almost like you're scratching. You're
Bro.
basically like starting a whole new team.
Yeah, yeah.
You're coming to the Premier League,
You
trying
are,
to start
bro.
something from scratch.
And then when they
It
get
don't make
relegated,
sense.
it's bad because they can't afford the wages that
Thank
they're
And
paying
you
for.
got
Thank you.
basically
And
skates
then
everyone.
you don't come back up to the Premier League.
Thank
in
you.
like
This is
10 years.
QPR. Remember QPR? They did this
Yeah.
Taiwo.
Julius Caesar,
Yeah, bro.
Haji
Come on,
Song,
bro.
Yeah.
Rio Ferdinand. What are you doing?
They were turning to the
What are
Premier
you
League.
doing?
Cesar, like, a
Yeah.
year after winning the Champions League, bro.
Yeah. What's
Get
that?
back
They
down,
even got the my man from
Remy
Real
Phillips, isn't it?
Madrid, the midfielder. Starts with G.
Granero.
Granero.
Bro,
Oh, yes.
Stick to Clint
come
Hill.
on, man. This
Stick
is-
to
yeah,
Clint
yeah,
Hill.
come
Stick
on,
to
come on, man.
Bobby Zamora.
Yeah,
bro, that's
bro,
your level,
that's-
bro.
come on, man.
These guys are lining up with Renan Lodi and Lingard.
Yeah, it don't make sense.
Morgan
Anytime
Gibbs White.
Bazingwa, I remember even Bazingwa. Come on, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah.
That QPR
doing?
team was hilarious, bro.
Horrible.
Hilarious,
Everybody went there for the bag.
Jibril Cisse.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They were
They
Jibril
all
Cisse
they all
at the end of that
laughing,
game
yeah.
against City was celebrating with Nasser.
Oh, yeah, he was celebrating as well.
They didn't give a shit, bro.
What are you doing? That was horrible.
Yeah,
you
no.
know?
They didn't give a shit,
It was
bro.
the best.
horror.
But yeah, shout out to Leicester. They finally got their first win.
They're too
It's
good
not-
to go down, by the way.
It's not
They
looking good
cannot
for-
go
yeah,
down.
it's not looking
Guys, would you take? I'll ask Lee about this.
What?
Would you take James Madison ahead of Bruno?
Yes, yes, I would. Yes, I would. James Madison is a better number 10 than Bruno Fernandes.
Good at
is.
questions.
Yeah, you're an instigator. No.
He's an instigator. I know. That's what he.
James
that's what he
Madison is a better number 10 on my life than Bruno Fernandes.
Nah, I think he's definitely a better footballer than.
No, he's a better 10. He's a better.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
tough
Just
one,
off
it's
camera.
tough, it's tough, it's
Stars
tough.
said this. Who's a better 10, Madison or Foden?
Better 10.
Yeah.
I think Madison's the better 10. 'cause
Yeah,
Fo-
Madison's
My dog, I knew it.
Madison
but
is the better
Foden
10.
doesn't play 10.
That's what I said.
Foden is a hypothetical. Until I see him play 10, I can't say he's a better 10 than Madison.
No, Madison is a better 10 still.
Madison should be in the England team. That's one of the big, like everyone talks about not playing Trent. Should he play Maguire?
Nah,
Madison
Madison's a better
Madison
10.
I
should
didn't
be
say it shouldn't
in
be
the
in the
England
England team.
But who's
I
a better?
think
But who's a
Foden's
better
10,
player though?
Foden or Madison?
That's
Foden's
Foden.
definitely
Foden.
better.
well,
Foden. Foden is special.
But he didn't give me an answer.
What's that?
Oh,
Bruno or
Madison or
Madison?
Bruno. Come on, bro.
Pass, man. Pass that
What do you
one,
mean
man.
pass?
Pass, man. I think 10. I think as a 10, yeah.
Give me the one who doesn't treat the ball like a bum. I'm taking James Madison every day of the
Shall I
week.
take? Shall I
bro.
take?
No, you're right.
Lias, let me be real. Yeah, this is me
Yeah.
being genuine.
Yeah.
If it was Faisal sitting there and obviously not being animated about Madison and Bruno,
Well,
you
you're
would have said
arguing.
Bruno.
Why-
If
why would I say
Faisal was sitting there,
And
Is it
Faisal
Lias
said-
tax?
what do you said? What do you said? What do you said? Would have been this long saying? Oh, I don't know.
No, because you say it as a 10, bro. You're saying
I
as a 10.
said,
Yeah,
no,
that's
no,
what- you're
I'm
asking
saying,
as-
no, okay, I didn't say that. He said as a 10.
I
I
think
said,
Bruno's
who
more
would you
dangerous than
take?
Madison.
I said, who'd you take now, Bruno or
I think
Madison?
Bruno's more
His
dangerous
question
than
was who
Madison.
take more.
That's what I'm saying.
No, because
As a
Bruno
10,
was
that's
given
why-
the license
That's why I'm
to
contemplating.
attempt the through ball 50,000 times a game.
Yeah, yeah.
Any like if you put Bruno at Leicester,
Yeah.
bro, he's drowning. He's drowning. Madison is the better player, bro.
Listen, and star
Madison's
players,
much
I
better.
see something another tweet. 13th of August. Star Play said,
What's
by the way,
with
guys.
the tweeting in the
by the
today? I
way,
don't
guys.
understand it. What are you on? What are you on today?
Star
Madison's a
Star
better
said, by the way, guys, James Madison over any English midfielder. I
Yeah,
stand by
and
it.
I stand by it.
United,
Stand by it.
January 1920 had the
deserve?
chance to. They didn't have the chance to get them, but it was basically a three-way search between Grealish, Madison, and
yeah.
Bruno.
Yeah, yeah.
And we went with Bruno, and I swear to God, that's the worst option we could have picked.
Wow.
Out of all three of them, he's the worst.
Well,
out of all
that's
three.
a perfect roundup.
It's true.
That's a perfect roundup.
It's
And before
true.
we finish,
That's harsh.
on the PR roundup,
Yeah,
goal
Leo's a
of
pussy,
goal of the game week.
Ooh.
Miguel
Amron.
Amron.
Amron, yeah.
Gallagher.
Amron. I think it's slightly a little bit fluky, but
I think there's
The Anthony one, the Anthony goal kind of got me off my feet, bro.
Anthony's goal was solid as
Thomas
well.
Partey.
Thomas Partey's goal was
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm gonna go with Amron though.
I like that.
Who you
far.
going
I'm going with Amron.
Just
still.
saying anything that Jesus.
Who you go with?
Oh, Almiron was a screamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Almiron is a nice goal.
Yeah.
It's gotta go. Miggy Almiron.
Oh yeah.
Why do you? Hold on, 1 second, brother. Why do you like to give people nicknames? They don't know you like that, brother.
Alright, go to it. His name's Mickey Almiron, bro.
They don't know you like that.
I'm not saying me.
The way you say Miggy, I've never heard the nickname.
boy, bro.
You know what he does, bro? You know what he does for every player? He gives them a nickname like he knows them for 10 years plus. He don't know you like that. Why you say Miggy for? Why did you say Miggy? I want to know why you said Miggy.
What you calling Saka, bro? Buku.
Okay.
Well, Miggy, you know he
Hey, look. Every uncle of Miggy's wonderful goal.
So his teammates said that to him, yeah?
Newcastle.
Wait.
Newcastle Twitter said it. Look, Newcastle
okay,
Twitter said Miggy Almiron. It's the Twitter handle Princess with
But
Miggy Almiron.
that's his employers. That's his employers. Are you his employer?
You pay his bills?
Are you paying his bills? Are you his
pays
employer?
electricity?
He don't know you like that.
What's the difference? Him tweeting
You
and
don't know
saying
you like that. He don't know you like that though. You don't have any right. That's his
The
employer.
person would say, "What's up?"
That's his
Miggy?"
employer.
I'll say Almiron.
So why did you? So you would have said Miggy to him?
I wouldn't.
That's it, man.
So why upset?
I'm not upset. I'm just confused.
Shall I say?
I call him Miguel, bro. I can't lie. Almiron, bro.
Mickey's mental act.
Yeah.
Miggy sounds like
his landlord.
Miggy sounds like you guys used to go to clubs together. You know, you don't go to the raves and that.
So what? If I said to you, Bobby Firmino, would you bat at it?
No, because Bobby Firmino is becoming renowned now. Everyone knows him as Bobby Firmino.
yeah.
But no one knows him as Miggy Almiron. You just said that right now.
First time I heard
He's the
that.
first time I've heard that one.
First
That's the
Grealish,
first time.
Grealish, and now Liban.
Grealish is his contemporary, bro. Grealish is a co-worker.
Bro, come on, man. Come on, like.
There we go, guys. And that's the end of the PR roundup. Let us know in the comments what you think, how your team performed, any topics you guys want to talk about based on your team, anything we missed out by your team. Let us know your goal of the week and everything. This is actually a really good Premier League roundup. And we'll see you guys in a few days. Peace.